just light on fire and come up with big play moments.
Yeah, and we're going to see the Banner Protect phase starting up right now. So it's going to be JCap getting rid of Overclock there early. Formal going to get rid of the flashbangs. These are two teams that want to get the flashes out, want to get the stuns out. Then you'll probably see Simtexes go also. And you're
not surprised to see those back to back.
Get rid of stuns, and then Slasher getting rid of rapid fire. You expect High Caliber to come off the board soon as well.
Yeah, High Caliber should be leaving this one shortly as well. We're halfway through this. Pretty standard thus far from both of these guys. Nothing really shocking here.
No, and I think maybe we could see something like a Kinetic Armor go. You're going to see the HCXD go at the hands of Karma. Be interested to see what apathy looks to get rid of. Obviously, Scump uses that Kinetic Armor all the time. It's going to be High Caliber, so pretty much a standard ban out of the NV side. Last two votes go. The Banner Protect process is going to be Scump getting rid of Simtexes. John, last one to cast
Maybe
his vote.
You think Heatwave could come off?
Heatwave, Kinetic, one of those two. Maybe the Shiva. They're worried about the Shiva.
I'm just curious, you know, OpTic, obviously, they love having Kinetic in the hands of Scump. He can do so much damage with the Karma. Has been one of the better players when it comes to Heatwave, so they may be opting to keep these things in. It's all going to come down to John, and that's right at Karma. They want to get rid of that Danger Close. You know how powerful he can be with those nades, with Danger Close.
Well, we saw Aqua do it in the Elevate match against H2K.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, double nades, he picked up 3 or 4 kills in that first hardpoint.
Made them all switch into Flak.
Yeah.
Pretty much immediately, and you know not that it's going to change your gameplay too much, but obviously you're not starting with Flak. You have this play style you want to go with. When you're making that change pretty early into the game, it's going to change up maybe your play style a little bit.
OpTic Gaming is going to go standard. This is what you see out of them always. Kinetic on Scump, Karma Heatwave, Crim Camo, then Formal's going to be running that Scythe. Did not catch the side of Envy. I'd love to look at that again. We can talk about the Envy side of the specialist draft.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more once we get into it. But we've got a new video for you guys we worked on with Activision here for the new viewers coming in, fans of Black Ops 3. Maybe you haven't watched a lot of gameplay over the past couple of years. You're getting back into competitive Call of Duty, or you're a completely new viewer. Hardpoint 101. Let's take a look.
In one of the more fast-paced modes in multiplayer, Hardpoint sees 2 teams rushing to secure a specified territory on the map. Once a location has been locked down, the team holding the position has to fight to protect it. If players from both teams are within the hardpoint, the area is considered contested until only one team remains in its location. During gameplay, the hardpoint territory will respawn several times to a new location, forcing all players racing to lock down the new area every 60 seconds. Team to a score of 250 points within the 5-minute time limit wins the game. Stand your ground in this take on King of the Hill, as every second counts.
All right, we're back, getting ready almost to start off this game 1. We want to hear your guys' feedback, though, with the hashtag CWLPS4. Let us know your thoughts on Twitter. Envy has looked strong, but how are they going to match up against this top dog OpTic Gaming team? Are they going to be able to hang with this side? I think that's the question all of us are asking. You know, they look great, but do they have what it takes to play them tough here in this first matchup?
I think this will be a pretty good match. I don't want to go up and say it's going to be like a game 5 or whatnot. I think Envy has a chance to take a map, make some games close. I still got to favor OpTic Gaming, though.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, but can they push it the distance? If Envy wins this, it's going to be 4 games, 5 games. Yeah. They're going to have to take OpTic Gaming to the limit, but we've got game 1 locked and loaded. Let's toss it over to our casters, Courage and Revan.
Here we go, folks. The El Clasico of Call of Duty, Envy versus OpTic Gaming. Envy with the big showing yesterday up against Elevate. They've yet to lose a map so far in Stage 2. Obviously, OpTic Gaming coming into this one, their first match of Stage 2. They're also our match of the week tomorrow. We have matches Thursday now in Stage 2, so it's definitely awesome to spread out some more Call of Duty. But Revan, coming into this one, I think Envy got a great map draw versus OpTic Gaming here, especially this first one. Breach hardpoint is notoriously OpTic Gaming's weakest hardpoint. Let's see if Envy can capitalize.
Yeah, they actually look human on this map from time to time, and everybody has high hopes for this Envy squad after seeing them perform yesterday in their match over Elevate. They took that 3-0, but like you were saying, this is the first time we'll be able to see OpTic Gaming here in Stage 2. Let's see what they can bring to the table.
Well, off the start, we are watching EnVyUs, as they mentioned on the analyst desk. John had a monster day yesterday. Look for him to be the guy competing against Scump throughout this series. Off the start, he goes to the flank on the hard point. Gets one, gets gets the second as well, and that's going to be early control of the hill to Envy as they go up 6-3.
And this is exactly what John brings to this EnVyUs squad. A lot of pressure inside the hard point, and this is where he plays at his best. When these are high-impact kills on the line, and he has to get them to secure his team some points, John always plays well when he's in the objective.
Karma just hit the unorthodox lower wall run right outside of Palace, picked up 2 kills, cleared out middle map for OpTic Gaming, now doing what he can to stay alive inside of Lab. It does finally fall. Envy up by about 10 seconds here, and this is the game mode, right, where I think Envy have improved the most with their new lineup in hardpoint with the new slaying presence on the map of John and Apathy. Look for Envy to put up a much bigger fight than I think a lot of Greenwall fans would like to see in this first hill.
Huge kills for OpTic in rotation, but Envy, they still maintain control of the spawns. Let's go over to the anchor player. It's going to be Slasher. He has some important kills to make, and, well, just like that, you're going up against Formal. He gets taken out rather quickly, so it's going to be John out next in line to defend, and just like that, OpTic Gaming break in, and now they control the hard point. Karma, he's got the Vesper in his hands.
Karma definitely has the weapon of choice right here, staying alive inside the hill, and this is what makes OpTic Gaming such a strong team. Look where Scump is pushed up to. He was all the way near that B-bomb site right outside construction, now just staying alive, playing in these unorthodox positions, catching Envy off guard. OpTic Gaming have now doubled the score of the boys in blue.
Great push from Envy, though. They're going to push it. They're going to take control of the spawns, and just like that, John takes out Karma inside the hardpoint. Crimsix is there to respond, but John stays alive. He trades the kill, still getting time in favor of Team EnVyUs, and if they get the remaining scrap time, it's going to be essentially a tight game.
John now just 25 points off of earning himself the lightning strike, also has Heat Wave to use. Let's watch him as he winds up rotating over. He's got 2 opponents to shoot at, tags up 1. It's not going to happen as of yet. This is absolutely crucial. If he gets 1 kill, he not only earns that lightning, but the Hellstorm as well. He'll soar out towards middle map. Kills being traded in this objective, and here comes John. He's got 1 player to pinch. This could be the kill he needs. Well, it's all been cleared out by his team. Now staying alive inside the hard point, John taking his sweet time to find this kill. He knows how important this could be.
And even though he doesn't get those kills as he flank around, he plays an important role because he blocks that backside spawn for OpTic Gaming. You saw there on the minimap briefly, they spawn so far away. He's unable to earn those streaks. Unfortunately, his teammates soaked up some bullets there. I was thinking maybe he would use his Heat Wave just to secure a kill.
No, doesn't wind up happening. Plays that back corner. Formal with an unfortunate team kill there, but it doesn't impact OpTic Gaming too much. As
Look
they
at the spawns for Envy.
hold down the control of this hard point with only 20 seconds left. I love the heads-up decision from Envy. They're just going to rotate right towards Greenhouse, and Crim6 with the VMP was watching over that back wall run. He's going to make it impossible for his teammate to get flanked in the hard point. After the first 3 hills, it's OpTic Gaming up by about 30 seconds. The rotation to Greenhouse has come in. JCap doing what he can to stay alive. Does take down Scump. Envy, though, gets taken down in the hard point.
Oh, nice goal from JCap. That's a big one, too, because they spent a lot of time. They invested a lot of time. That early rotation over near Palace, it was Slasher and JCap their early position. And JCap, that's a big kill for him to make because it allows Envy to remain in control of this Greenhouse hardpoint. Looking over near bottom broken is going to be JCap. Slasher spawning pretty far away. So, Envy, they just need to stay alive. Right now, Spawn's definitely in favor of OpTic.
JCap doing what he can to just be a nuisance inside this hard point. Thankfully for Envy, Karma did just fall off the map after getting 1 kill. This game's still very, very close. No surprise here. John was actually a part of Luminosity, one of the teams I remember who took a map off OpTic Gaming in one of the online 25Ks on this exact map. Right now, John currently sitting at 13-9, leading his team in the slaying department.
All right, so OpTic a little bit late here on rotation. That's because they're going to be getting the scrap time over near Greenhouse, but you see 1 player for Envy. That's going to be Slasher. He spawns a little bit further away, so he has a chance to maybe catch some OpTic Gaming members in rotation. There you go. He's going to find Crim6 middle map. Gets a second one here. Closes out the kill into Karma. Looking for a third one. Can he pick this one up as well? No, he cannot. It's going to be Scump shutting him down. And take a look at Scump. 16-11 right now. Let's stick with him through the respawn as it's going to be OpTic Gaming setting up to break.
It's a really even effort right now from OpTic Gaming.
Okay.
They're not slaying as hard as you normally would see, but that's expected against the slaying power of a team like Envy. John still leading that EnVyUs squad, not only in kills, but in score. He's got more time in the hard point than the rest of his team combined. 111 to 109. What a close game, number 1 in this best of 5.
Yeah, good use of Heat Wave there from John just to shut down Scump as he was trying to get control of the spawns once again in favor of OpTic Gaming.
Shots.
But Envy, they're looking really good right now, man.
They most certainly are, Revan. At the end of the first rotation, it's looking like Envy are going to be up. Slasher now challenging 1 player, top middle hot, gets the better of Formal there. Uncharacteristic of Formal to lose that gun engagement, especially when he had the drop on Slasher. 128 to 111, but Crim6 Did the animation fully go through for Slasher? It does
Yeah.
appear so. Will not have that scythe. Big kill from Crim6 as OpTic Gaming get control of the middle hut.
Yeah, that's a huge kill. I'm not sure if Crim6 even knew that Slasher just brought out the scythe. I'm sure he saw the extra points, but take a look at the kills for OpTic Gaming. You have Crim, he's double negative. Formal 10 and 16. Karma is negative. The only person doing well in slaying is going to be Scump. He's positive 5 right now, whereas on the side of EnVyUs, you have John. He's going big. He's +6, plus, as you were saying, a lot of time inside the hardpoint. JCap now earns himself another camo, but slaying right now, clearly in favor of Envy.
So even are these two teams at the moment. Slasher has found his way into this game as well. Just broke that 20 kill mark. 138 to 132. Slasher going to try to push towards his hard point. Actually bumps off his teammate. JCap, though, does get the better of Scump, who tried to get the angle on him there. Pre-fires that wall, does get the kill. And again, it looks like Envy have broken in, and they have an opportunity to get the rest of the scrap time. And look at where OpTic Gaming currently are on the map. They are spawning so far out. They legitimately could not be further from this cage's hard point. And it's because of who's the player currently top AC. Apathy got a 2-piece, now make it 3 kills right outside that palace wall.
And look how close Envy are now spawning towards the hardpoint. If Apathy picks up this kill, yes, he does.
Man.
So they're going to maintain control of these spawns, and this is so huge for the cage's hardpoint. You saw how close Envy were, so when it comes to rallying the troops and regrouping inside the hardpoint, Envy could do it a lot quicker than OpTic.
OpTic doing what they can to lock down this hill. They finally have broken through the front line. JCap uses camo, but Scump gets the better of him there. John, though, has found his way in with another engagement win versus Crim6. Crim still -10 in this game one. Very uncharacteristic of him, as OpTic Gaming is being outslayed by about 15 kills in this one at the moment, Revan.
I just can't get over how good John is. He does it all. He's just like a complete player. He's +5. He's chipping in with the slang. Plus, he has 1:46 inside the hardpoint. Now it's going to be Scump. He's kind of keeping OpTic Gaming in this game, right? He's got the most kills. He's doing what John is doing for Envy here. He's got kinetic armor available. Let's go over to somebody who's going to be a bit more in the action. It's going to be Formal with early position inside the hardpoint. He gets taken out. Let's switch over to Karma.
I really haven't seen Formal use the M8 at all this game. Pretty surprised to see that, to say the least. Has elected to use that Man of War for the most part. Gets 1 kill there, does get traded on out. John tries to pop that heat wave. Doesn't look like he's actually hit anybody with it, and it's Scump with kinetic armor who gets 2. Now just 1 kill off the Cerberus. Will he wind up earning this final score streak? Oh, he's going to get shot in the back. Not going to get it, but 2 streaks now in favor of OpTic Gaming. Definitely tools to use as they try to get this game in their favor. Tied up yet again, Revan, at 179 apiece.
Apathy needs to push this spawn out. If he's able to take control of top AC, he could have took out potentially all 3 members for OpTic Gaming near the middle of the map. But as time starts to wind down here in Palace, you need to see Envy start to begin their rotation over towards Greenhouse. Right now, it looks like OpTic Gaming will have the early position there, but the heat wave comes in, and that's going to be Karma picking up 2
Karma
clutch kills.
3 with that
3
heat
clutch
wave.
kills in rotation.
Karma hits 3 players with the heat wave. We always mention how he's one of the best in the game at using that specialist. Scump doing what he can to stay alive, top broken. Wins that first engagement, can't get out with his life though. Heads up reaction time from Slasher to trade that kill. More pressure continuing to come on in. Envy pinch on in, and it's a swift, easy break. They get a couple kills, and they make the most of the opportunity, right?
You know, the breaks for Envy have been near perfect throughout this entire
And
game.
OpTic does the same.
Yeah, and they respond right back. It's shaping up like this game is going to go all the way down to the wire. It looks like Scumpy did wind up using that Hellstorm missile, still has the lightning strike. It's going to be Crim6 inside the hardpoint. He falls, switching over to JCap, who just got his second inside the hardpoint. John's there to trade the kill. Such a back and forth game with 25 seconds remaining on the glass hardpoint.
OpTic have to push this.
OpTic, they're going to decide to push this. But Envy, they're investing some time as JCap, he's trying to get some early position. John stays alive inside the hardpoint. He picks up 2, goes for the 3rd, and he gets it on Karma. Looking for the 4th on the player up top, puts down some good shots with him, and he will finish a kill there on Formal. Great series of plays from John right there.
John is playing like a madman right now for Envy. JCap is already in position to lock down the spawns for this next hill. OpTic Gaming looking like they're going to give up this first hardpoint game. Formal's brought out the sight. This could be the last hope for OG. Envy now just 10 seconds away. Formal doing what he can to contest this hardpoint. Nades still being used. Envy have done a great job with them so far this game. The scythe now out for Slasher. He clears the hardpoint, and just like that, OpTic Gaming are going to drop game number 1 to Envy.
Camo for Crim comes in play. JCap does fall. So still possible for OpTic Gaming to win this map, but still 1 second needed for Team EnVyUs to close this one out. Now, they're going to set up the break. Why not? You have 1 second. OpTic Gaming, they're forced to get every single second remaining on this hardpoint. So Envy, there are 2 things they could do. They could, set up for the rotation back towards mid and just try to trap OpTic Gaming on this side of the map. Heatwave comes in from Karma. Big kill for him as he takes on Slasher. Sure, it's close for OpTic Gaming to drop this map, but they're not giving up without a fight.
They're keeping 1 player right outside of that that closet door to just kind of pop on in, get that last kill to get the hard point in their favor. This should do it. There it is.
Yeah.
EnVy win it 250 to 225. And they take hardpoint on Breach off OpTic. And while it is tough to beat OpTic Gaming at hardpoint, I kind of mentioned how this is one of OpTic Gaming's weaker game modes.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. If I remember kind of the most hard points they dropped throughout Stage 1, most of them have been on Breach from what I remember, but you could see how tough that situation at the end there, how tough it was for OpTic Gaming. You can only give up, you have no points to give up, essentially. EnVyUs, they only need one break, and they played on the rotation. OpTic Gaming knew that they had to push out, establish some sort of presence near the middle of the map, and then EnVy, they pinched in from both sides, right? They came around the back lab door and hit from the side near their cage's hard point was, and Karma just couldn't pick up both kills.
Apathy stayed alive in the back side of the map. That got a spawn for his teammate. They pinched from the 2 areas like you just mentioned, and that will do it for game number 1. We'll be sure to pull up the after-action report. John, though, from start to finish of that game, was leading that EnVyUs lineup. What a great pickup for this team so far.
Yeah.
Apathy as well. He had a little bit of a slower start alongside Slasher. Both of those players really began to heat up, and that's what gave EnVy that lead that got them the win.
Even JCat, remember when I highlighted him as he began the rotation from the glass hard point all the way towards back lab? John was able to pick up a couple of clutch kills there just to solidify some time, but JCat, he was leading the rotations each and every time for EnVyUs and helping Slasher maintain control of the spawns.
Pretty ridiculous stuff for the first game of this best of 5. We'll go ahead and pull up this scoreboard so you can take a look for yourself to really see who struggled in that game. Crim6, the one that stands out for me from OpTic Gaming, 24 and 37. Also Formal, 24 and 34 from him. Uncharacteristic games from both of those players. Just really couldn't seem to get anything going on the map.
Yeah, and you touched upon it. You know, Formal using the Man of War a little bit more throughout this map. Normally you see him with the M8 in his hands. Maybe that's something that affected him.
Maybe that's something that OpTic Gaming have tried to switch up to possibly give them an advantage on this map. Didn't work out this time around. I saw Mr. X and Maven watching intently from the analyst couch. I know they have some thoughts of this game. Let's send it over to them.
All right, thanks, guys. This series becomes a whole hell of a lot more interesting
It
because
definitely does.
OpTic very rarely loses hard points. That's a very tough mode to beat them in. EnVy comes in, takes this first one. I said last night I'm impressed by EnVy. I continue to be very, very impressed.
John was just massive. I think he finishes like with 36 or 38 kills.
Been an all-star,
2 minute
man.
plus in the hill. Just a sick game from him. I thought Apathy played well. Also, and then like they talked about, you know, Cap did a good job rotating towards those next hills. They were able to beat them. I mean, Krim and Formal, they both played pretty poor games too.
They did, and I want to take a look. We have a couple replays here. This is around the middle of the game where OpTic's finally going to take the lead. You know, they were kind of playing from behind for a while. You see they're down 5 here, top middle. It's where they start to get a little bit of control, take a lead in this one. The submachine guns start going big. You see Krim had a rough game, but he had a pretty solid hard point here. It's funny because all the kills coming in throughout this were Krim and Formal, really. They were picking up the kills, going really large here, but overall, throughout the course of this game, they both struggled mightily.
Yeah, I mean, Karma had a pretty good game, and usually when, well, you figure, you know, Formal's always going to show up. Usually when Karma or Krim, one of those two, has a good game, they usually win. But, you know, Formal just didn't show up in this one. I believe at one point, him and Krim are like 19 and 30.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, this is going to be the conversation. Is it the new EnVy roster? Are they this strong, or is it partially you get a little overconfidence from OpTic? You know, you just won stage 1. A couple of the guys, what was it, Karma, and I think Karma and Krim stayed in Australia for a while longer.
Yeah.
So they probably had a ton of scrims in, but not to take away from EnVy, because EnVy was incredibly impressive. You don't beat OpTic at hard points. You'd rarely outslay them. They did it.
No, the new EnVy looks really good. I mean, the match that we saw yesterday against Elevate, and then obviously this is a small sample in map number 1, but they looked great again today.
Well, we'll take a look then at this green hard point. This is where EnVy kind of won the game. I know it's stretched out a bit, but this is where they really took over. Remember, Karma, I think it opened in the back, actually. Karma got that three-piece with the heat wave, and then it was back and forth battle throughout really this entire hard point until the second half, when they were able to close it out. You see there's 20 seconds left, and these all really end up going the side. This is the 3-piece from Jump. This was a huge one. He gets all 3 here. This guarantees kind of those final 15 to 20 seconds for his side, and this is when they hit that 2:37 mark and start to close things out.
Yeah, I mean, he goes on a 5 streak just on this hard point alone, and you see cross map. This is when Cap picks up some big kills. His players try and get those spawns for that 5th hill, and he's able to take out 2 players there. It's a big sequence of events there for EnVy.
It was, and this series got so much more interesting because we saw the improvements. You know, OpTic was talking about their improvements in S&D over the course of stage 1. I agreed they got a lot better. EnVy was
they got
very
better. I don't think they're great.
EnVy was very stagnant. they look really good last night. I know it's one map, it's all we got to talk about, but I loved what we saw from them just from a variety standpoint compared to the team previously. So now, if you're OpTic, you're worried because you kind of, this S&D, it almost is a must-win.
I think it is. I mean, this is an EnVy team that obviously looked great like we talked about last night, coming in, winning this first one. The S&Ds OpTic has struggled on, quite frankly. I mean, they have not been a great S&D team. It's like
they have at times. They have at times. I thought they were a lot better towards the end of stage one.
At times, right? Yeah. I mean, sometimes they come out, they'll beat a team like 6-1, 6-2. They would play at the same team like 2 weeks later on like the same map, and it would be like a 6-4, 6-5 type of game.
They can be very, very good at effectively trading, and when they are, tough to beat. But let's get right into the ban protect here for game 2, infection, search, and destroy. You see overkill coming off immediately. Formal going to target that overclock. And now what I'm curious about is the snipers in the past would be something EnVy almost had to eliminate. You needed to because you didn't want to go toe-to-toe.
Not really too worried about it anymore.
That's my question. Yeah, are you not really worried about it?
John's pretty good with the SVG, so we've seen him do that on Luminosity. I don't think you're too scared of it anymore if you're EnVy. And, well, overkill, overclock, flashbangs, rapid goes. You know high caliber is going to go as well. Expect that to come out of the game in one of these.
And we've seen, you know, it's been Kinetic. Kinetic and Heatwave have been targeted pretty heavily over S&D throughout the past couple of days. Do you think we see those coming off here, or are these guys going to vie just to play with all the specialist abilities?
Yep, don't know. I think you definitely could see like a camo or a Kinetic go. I think those would probably be ones that you would look at if you're EnVy. Obviously, you get rid of Kinetic. You can get...
Well, we
out of the game. Well,
may have a bit of an issue here. Is unfortunately, it looks like we dropped out of that game, so we'll have to wait and see if we're going to be able to hop back into this one. We'll figure out what's going on with our admin team, make sure we can get back in, get this one loaded up. But I don't know if that was on our end or maybe the lobby died on the other side, but we'll find out shortly. But while we're here, can't take a lot from Ban Protect because we only got halfway through that one, obviously.
Yeah, we didn't really see much. I knew something was fishy when I was like turning to look, and I was like talking about high caliber. I was like, that is a very long second for 24 seconds. And I was like, that has been on 24 for a very long time. I was like, I don't think this is going to make it.
Yeah, it did not make it.
As
you saw, we lost connection there. So apologize, guys, for the delays, but hopefully we can get it ready and loaded here shortly. So, I mean, let's talk a little bit, I guess, about Infection S&D as a map. When you look at the 4 players from either side here, are there any advantages you see for a team just by this map alone for S&D on Infection?
I mean, you could say maybe, John with the sniper rifle on Luminosity, he would go up into that top grandma's house, look in the middle. On the other side, he would go from church, look in middle, and then sometimes go over towards that B street. Maybe we see that out of EnVy, but that's something that would kind of completely change what EnVy's done in the past. But this is a completely new EnVy team, so we may see something along those lines.
Yeah, we just saw, I mean, thinking recently, it was, Game 7, Grand Final, Rise versus OpTic on this map, where you saw that incredibly back-and-forth game. Obviously, that was just 2-3 weeks ago, so that's fresh in their memory. Playing against the top team is we're already, I feel like, starting to consider EnVy. I know it's been one day, but I've just been so impressed with the 4 maps I've seen them play.
Yeah, I know. I think you can definitely say they're going to be right up there. I mean, look at what Elevate was your number 4 team. I mean, they're 0-2. I mean, really early, but they don't look good at all right now. I mean, they look really kind of out of sync. Usually Elevate, like we talk about how great their teamwork is, they just don't look on the same page right now. I think this EnVy team, you got to put them right up there.
Yeah, no, I could see that certainly being true. But again, guys, just waiting to get back into the lobby here before we get ready to go. I can see our admin team's kind of hopping around here to decide what's going to be the call. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a replay, obviously. Just need to make sure we get everybody back in. But let us know your thoughts, obviously, on Twitter. Who do you see taking this? We saw a lot of tweets before that game 1. Now that EnVy took it, OpTic fans, you a little bit nervous. The boys in blue, guys supporting them. How you feeling now that you stole a hard point off a team that lost a couple of hard points, I think, really throughout all of stage 1.
They lost one to DT.
It might have been like 2 or 3 total hard points.
Maybe DT and Complexity. They lose the hard point to Complexity when they lost them?
They all blur together so much back in stage 1, that's for sure.
Or did EnVy win the hard point when they played against them?
All right. Well, I hear we do actually have a tweet for you guys out there. Want to get you involved. Use the hashtag CWLPS4 regarding this one. If you are just tuning in, again, guys, just a quick break while we get the party back together, get all players in so we can get started here. But want to hear your guys' thoughts as soon as I see what the question is. Should be coming through momentarily.
Yeah, which ones? Yeah, there's the question. There you go.
It's going to be Astro Epoxy. So that's actually a response to what we saw before game one. So he thinks OpTic will take it in a close 3-2, which if they're going to take it now, I kind of thought beforehand, if OpTic takes it, you're looking at a 3-0, 3-1. I kind of felt like if EnVy took it, I thought it had the potential to maybe go the distance. Now with taking that hard point, this sort of starts to have game 5 written all over it for me, unless EnVy is as strong as they've looked.
Right, unless EnVy, exactly. I think this definitely has like game 5 written all over once EnVy takes that first hard point.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about John specifically, because John was the guy. I mean, if you look at just yesterday and today, Respawn specifically, he has been an absolute monster. And this is a guy that, due to his age, hadn't been able to compete in some champs. He's taken breaks at times, hasn't been on top rosters. Really solid Black Ops 2 player, but throughout Ghost and AW, kind of struggling to make his mark.
He was on some teams.
No, I know not, but I would say top teams. Is this the best roster he's had?
In a very long time, yes.
Yeah, since like Black Ops 2 maybe?
Yeah, I would say that, yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. We'll see what he's able to do here. But it looks like the game is getting loaded. They've been able to get back into the party. Guys, thank you for your patience. Apologize for the delay. But let's toss it back over to the casters. Revan, Courage, take it away, guys.
Yes. We have gotten into the game. The action has already started on up. Couple kills in favor of these two teams. We'll be sure to hop into the gameplay right away. We just want to make sure with the admins that we were all set. We are in the middle of round number 1 already, and there you see.
It's already over.
OpTic Gaming get that round win. They'll go up 1-0, and you didn't miss anything too crazy, but we had to confirm that the players were fine. Everything on our end, everything was on our end of things. So the players and everyone in the lobby were good. So we are good to go. OpTic Gaming are up 1-0 in this S&D. If you are just tuning in, EnVy take the hard point 250 to 225. Now, Revan, coming into this Infection S&D, looking at these two squads, OpTic Gaming obviously take that first round. Things you're looking for from EnVy and S&D, though, to try to take this game off OpTic?
I think EnVy, if they're able to maybe use the snipers, I think Formal's M8 shot is a little too good. Maybe to put a sniper in his hand, so I think if somebody brings that from OpTic Gaming, it might be Karma. So it's going to be Formal.
There you go.
Actually, open things up with the ME. He takes down John. It's going to be Krim, though, with the Shiva. He's going to try to follow this up, looking for the trade kill onto Apathy. Karma laying down some covering fire, as it's going to be his teammate Scump trying to push through that B bomb site, as Krim does fall to Apathy as well.
Well, what do you think about Formal getting that first kill in the middle map and then just trying to follow up to the front tank? Just kind of runs by himself. There, EnVy peeks 3 men at once. Oh, Karma does get 2. Now left in a one-on-one versus Slasher. Slasher knows he's got to be somewhere near this broken area of the map. He'll just elect to just fall on back, play his life down the snow street, and both these players should meet up here momentarily. Who gets a drop on each other? It does look like Slasher gets it there to win that round. No 1v3 for you there, Karma, says Slasher as he closes that one out.
I mean, that was really close. Karma almost had that, but Slasher just gets a jump on him here. I think Karma was worried about maybe Slasher hitting through the middle of the map and coming through that green alley. But, of course, whenever we talk about Infection, Search, and Destroy, the trophy system, so important here, especially when you want to set up a push right up that B street. You need something to block the incoming grenades. And I've watched a lot of Search and Destroy gameplay on the side of OpTic Gaming. I know that they love to use those double danger close grenades to try to slow down this push from the offensive side.
Yeah, as game 1 ended, I went and checked Twitter, saw Merc saying that, these circumstances this is the best chance EnVy will have at beating OpTic with everything going on. JCap there gets taken out. As I mentioned, one little factoid, you got 4 kills for OpTic Gaming in about 5 seconds. They'll take that round, very reminiscent of what that first round was in the game. Look at Scump, 3 kills in the final kill cam. A snapshot on that second player as well. Good stuff from him. He was really the one from OpTic Gaming who more than held his own in that game number 1, continuing to do well in game 2.
And he's able to put himself in a position like that because they have trophy systems down there to block the incoming grenades. He's able to get up close and personal with that VMP, and a very quick round for OpTic Gaming. They completely shut down that push that EnVy were trying to put together, and now, once again, they throw down the trophy systems to solidify their position and allow themselves to push up and challenge this player all the way in the back. It's going to be Apathy, and well, he's all alone.
And he's got that Shiva. This time, though, Formal gets the better of him here. He charges right on up. Basically did what he did in round number 1, except this time it worked out in his favor. The bomb will go down. Formal, though, now getting tagged up. Almost somehow whipped that shot onto John. Going to be a 3-on-3. OG need to hold this bomb site off. And how does EnVy elect to play this one? Looks like they're going to have to send John down Snow Street, and 2 players going to pinch through B.
Yeah, Scump takes some shots, so he's forced to back down. He has some help from Karma right next to him. Scump's still weak. Karma picks up a big kill there onto John. He picks up 2. Scump trying to... Slasher picks up 2. Now it's down to a 1v1. Slasher versus Crim6. The bomb still planted, and just like that, Krim picks up the kill as Slasher moved in maybe for a defuse. That actually just happened so quickly. Everybody's shooting from all angles. I was like, wait, he's staying alive, and then there's a guy flanking. But in the end, OpTic Gaming stay alive. They make the kills happen, and they win another round.
Surprised to see that OpTic really didn't pick up on the fact that John was down in that snow street. I thought that they saw both players in B. It didn't appear so because Crim6 actually wound up watching their back spawn. Then he just pushed through it in the time that they would have most likely traded the player that pushed out of B. I believe that was Slasher in the end, though. OpTic Gaming do win that one. They'll go up 3-1 in this game, too. Apathy still electing to use the Shiva. Since that second round, though, he hasn't gotten a kill.
Yeah, John also started the game off with a sniper rifle in his hands. Not sure if he caught a glimpse of Formal's head right there, but it is something that John has put away, switching out to the M8, and he got some really good timing. The last round gets met with another good timing here as he catches Formal jumping up into the broken connector.
So it seemed like Envy would just want to play that one passively, see if they could get a pick. Now they're beginning to inch up this B street. There is still an OpTic player with presence on the B site. Somehow Karma's made his way all the way down the snow street. How is he still alive right now with all Envy players there? JCap, though, with the snapshot on the Scump, and it's going to be Crim left in the 1-on-2. He is on a 3 streak.
They're not watching this. Wait, now they are. Crim with the Shiva. He's able to get one. Takes down John. The bomb yet to be planted. JCap jumps out. He challenges and he picks up the kill. Decisive play from JCap was a little close there. And we knew that Crim, they last spotted him over near the top of Snow Street. And Crim, as soon as he picked up that first kill, immediately went through the middle of the map. One more bullet from Crim's Shiva, and JCap was dead.
Yeah, unfortunately, Crim didn't get his aim down sights in time, so he was just hip firing there. Obviously didn't work out in his favor. JCap closes that one out. Envy do keep it close. Within one round, let's quickly take a look at where players are specialist-wise. Anybody with any score streaks. JCap just earned his specialist. That's going to be Psychosis ready to use. And I think that's basically about it in the lobby right now. OpTic, though, going for another B Street push.
Yep, they get the trophy systems, and once again, Apathy overstaying his welcome. Now, normally when you have your teammates set up over on the other side of the map and you're all alone near the street, you usually see them playing where Karma's pre-aiming right here, over near the top of the barrels, because you can't really challenge if you're all by yourself.
I believe Formal has been the first blood or first blooded in every round of this game.
Here comes
3 first bloods he's earned, and he's been first blooded twice. JCap on this full flank. This is what OpTic were worried about last time. And just like that, it's Crim left last alive. He'll get taken out by John, and that'll be Envy tying things up 3-3. The flank from JCap really wasn't needed.
I thought he was going to make the quick play happen here. By the way, John brings out the sniper, as you see, finishes it up with the all-card, but JCap was able to get behind Crim6. Unfortunately, that allowed Crim out. I think he took out Slasher middle map, but fortunately, John is there for the trade, as Envy, they're battling back into the game as they tied up 3 rounds apiece.
Now, heading into this next round, obviously things have been pretty even. Do you want to see teams start to bring out some interesting strategies, maybe change some things up, or you think they still go with what's working so far?
For the most part, a lot of action going down near the B Street. Now you have Psychosis to kind of lead in here and, you know, kind of be the bait, but it looks like OpTic Gaming, they're going to be the ones to change it up.
All right, OpTic Gaming are going with more of a give-up B Street push. Scumps is going to play in this site. He's got stock on his VMP. Crim6 gets first blood. Scump just trying to stay alive, playing a very Fizzerp-type role. JCap, though, takes matters into his own hands to take him down. Going to be a 3-on-3, up to Envy to plant this bomb, and it's going to be a 2-man flank from OpTic Gaming. Apathy ready with the M8. He's going to be the player to make the biggest difference, and he turns around
He's
at
trapped.
the worst time. Whoever's going to that back island should clean up this kill. Yep, that's Formal.
Yeah, just like that. Now Crim's going to pinch him from the top of the street. Everything falling apart for Envy here. 2 bullets is all Crim6 needs as he turns the corner and takes down Slasher. And that round turned completely 180 for Envy when Apathy got caught out of position. As soon as he was watching the flank, you saw him, he was ready for somebody to come around, but he turned around at the complete wrong moment.
Yep, COD timing in its purest form right there. OpTic Gaming retake the lead after giving up 2 rounds in a row to Envy. Yet again, we mentioned the specialists coming into play. I believe OpTic Gaming has at least Heatwave, Camo is close, and Crim is also near there with Vision Pulse. If they win this round, Revin, they could have a defensive round with 3 specialists ready to go, which could really seal the deal in this game too. Formal again with first blood, the 4th time this game.
Sloppy shots from Karma with that Shiva, and now he's going to get pushed in. He does have Heatwave. He's going to use it here. Just secures the kill on Apathy, but take a look at the minimap. His teammates, they're planting the bomb over near the A bomb site. This Karma just being bait drew the entire Envy squad towards this side of the map, and Karma could find its 3rd kill here. I'm not sure if he caught a glimpse of JCap. It looks like he may have. He's coming right behind him. Crim does finish up that kill. It's all up to Slasher now in a 1v4. OpTic Gaming looking good to go to map point.
Slasher slowly inching on up. In this 1v4, though, he just shot at a ghost right there. Not going to happen for him. 20 seconds left. This round's going to be over. Karma finishes it on out. OpTic Gaming now 1 round away from tying up this series 1-1. Here's a look at how Karma got it done. And you could see how impactful the Shiva is on this map. It made its way through the Ban and Protect, and players have been putting it to use, Revan.
Oh yeah, the Shiva is so deadly on a map like Infection. There are just a lot of long-range engagements that you're going to be getting into. And Formal, like you were just saying, he's been the First Blood King. He does have his active camo to work with going into this round, and that is something that could definitely help with getting First Blood. You still have the Psychosis from JCap. Granted, it's not the most impactful specialist, but it can be used as bait here as you progress up the B Street.
Players look like they're just kind of switching classes, want to figure out exactly how they want to play this. It's going to be Envy doing this passive play style again. It worked out for them earlier on this game. Slasher's doing what he can to stay alive, but Krim gets First Blood. That's 2 rounds in a row. And it's looking tough for Envy. They're all the way back in their base. They have no map positioning. You're going to need some big-time kills from range with these ARs if they want to bring things back, or John could just have a sniper rifle. That works too.
Yeah, John's really good with this sniper, man. He brought it out in the first round, put it away, brought it out again, what was it, like 2 rounds ago, just kind of messing with the timing that OpTic Gaming are expecting. And there's the Psychosis being deployed here by JCap, just checking their corners to make sure nobody's hiding around from OpTic Gaming, whereas now they've decided to push over near the middle of the map and control that side of the area here.
Bomb about to be planted. They know there's multiple players in middle. You can see with X-Ray, the third one pushing through Broken. John gets that entry kill. He'll go for the plant as well. 2 kills to his name this round. JCap's in a perfect spot to punish the player. Oh, okay. Or shoot his teammate, whichever one works for him. Apathy takes down Formal. It's Scump left in the 1-on-3.
All right, Scump, 4 and 5 right now. A little bit close to that kinetic armor. I assume he just wants to waste some time off the clock so he could get closer and closer to earning that, but they're saying it's not looking good for him. And right now he's just playing on the timing. They're expecting him to rotate around because he hasn't re-peeked here near the middle of the map, trying to look for maybe an exit kill as he peeks back. There's no way he's going to take JCap off that position. And now if you're Scump, maybe you start thinking of jumping off the map just so you don't feed any extra score to this EnVyUs team.
It's looking like that's exactly what's going to go ahead and happen. And we...
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
There he goes. Scump jumps off the map there. Smart play. If you're wondering why he did that, he didn't want to get the extra bomb points for the explosion.
To kill.
Over to John. Yes, or to kill. Basically plays the same thing. It wasn't like he was super close to a streak or anything. So instead, he'll go ahead and take his own life there. Envy stay alive. Force this round 10. OpTic Gaming still 1 round away. They're going to be on the offensive side of things. Can Formal get another First Blood for their team to open up a potentially game-winning play?
So he still has camo to work with, and Crim6 has Vision Pulse along with the Shiva out. And OpTic Gaming, they've been having a lot of success over near the B Street. Apathy, I don't want to see him peeking here. He's died here so many times now, and clearly he's peeking for information. And just like that, he's like, okay, you know, I've died here too many times, I got to back up.
But because there hasn't been any sniper presence from OpTic, he can play like that, right? If that player going top rock has a sniper and hits a shot, boom, you get punished for it. But the rest of this game, they haven't brought it out. OpTic Gaming will get this plant right away. I'm getting flashbacks to Rise versus OpTic round 11. John, getting a little crafty. But is this the round to get crafty in? That's the question I have. Misses that shot there. That could have been huge to open up the Snow Street. Apathy gets First Blood. All of Envy are getting themselves in a position for the break. You're saying defuse right away. It's 1v4. Formal left last alive, and Envy get a flawless break to force the round 11. Wow, you could not ask for a better scenario if you're Envy, or a better outcome to a round like that.
And John's going to be 50 points away from the start, plus they know that Heatwave is available.
Oh my God.
OpTic, they do get a ton of information
13, 17,
going into this final map.
13,
Who's got defense?
OpTic Gaming has defense.
Okay.
This is literally the exact map, the exact scenario for OpTic Gaming that they had at the Stage 1 Finals when they took home that round versus Rise Nation.
So you're saying I need to watch Karma?
Well, what I'm saying is that there's also a player. There's also a player on the other team that's got Heatwave as well, just like we saw back at Stage 1 Finals.
And Formal did use his camo, and Crim6 did use his Vision Pulse. So the kinetic armor really going to be the only thing versus
it's really going to be
here.
kinetic versus Heatwave in this round, as he just said. It's going to be OpTic Gaming. They're going to put some pressure on B Street. Trophy stops 1 grenade from coming in. One thing to point out, if John stops 1 more grenade with that trophy system, he earns himself a dart. Hasn't gotten it as of yet. Slasher pushed all the way up onto this top rock. Little does he know there's an opponent right around him. How does he like to play this? Does he go for this major First Blood?
OpTic Gaming sending 2 around the flank as well. JCap needs to be careful.
Oh my God, JCap's going to get an engagement. Formal gets First Blood again in the back of the map, just like we saw at Stage 1. John inching up. He's got Heatwave. There's the dart. He's still staying alive, though, with that Heatwave. It's a 2-on-2. Slasher and John versus Scump and Formal. Scump does have kinetic armor, and oh my gosh, this could be the tool to break the site, but Heatwave could be used to counter it. Scump sees him pushing on out. They
Does
know
he
he's
use
here.
it? Does
They
he
know
just
he's
pop
here.
it and challenge?
John, thankfully for him, John is the one all the way in the back of the map. Formal makes it a 1v2. John lasts alive with Heatwave, and he's going to call him a dart with 30 seconds. Oh, this could be the scenario that winds up biting him.
He's got flag. He doesn't have flag.
And Formal knows he's somewhere around here. He's going to try to get this kill. He found, oh, he gets the headshot. Oh, Formal. You sly dog chases down the kill. Here's a look at it yet again. Right here is where Formal poops his pants. Thankfully, though, he still does get the kill. And good for him that he can change his loins between these games. Formal gets it done. OpTic Gaming in round 11 again on Infection. Formal's the man that gets, what, his 5th or 6th first blood of the game. Definitely the MVP of that map for me. As OpTic Gaming getting done. Formal 12 and 6. Slashers 12 kills, not enough for Envy.
It kind of unfolded in, a similar manner. You get one guy watching the flank, even though it wasn't the Heatwave player, it was the bomb.
Yeah.
And because now OpTic Gaming set up 2 players, one who has kinetic armor around that area of the map.
Yeah.
So tough for Envy to go in and re-break it. And Scump got the information early on where they were both located. They're like, okay, I see both of them middle map. I have kinetic armor. I have Formal also watching over me, so maybe I don't have to pop it just yet. And Scump actually ends the game. He doesn't even need to use that kinetic.
What's really kind of funny how it worked out was Scump was playing near those middle B steps. So when the dart went up in the air, he spotted it. So Formal just sprinted out of Broken into back barn. John recognized it. He blew up his dart. Unfortunately, it was too little too late as John gets taken down in the final moments. Here's their after action report yet again. We'll go ahead and pull that up on your screen so you can take a look. Slasher, big game from him, 12 and 9, but for the most part, it was a well-rounded effort from OpTic Gaming. Yes, you look, Scump 4 and 7, but 3 plants. He was the guy getting the objective done as OG closed it out in round 11.
I think where that game was won was with all the first bloods that Formal got.
Yep.
He was able to open
Absolutely.
up the map so early on in so many rounds for that team.
Exciting game number 2, and I have a feeling that this series is just getting started. Up next will be Uplink, but before we go to that game, we have our thoughts from the analyst desk.
Thank you, guys. Last time these two teams matched up, I know different rosters.
Yep.
Well, not the last time. The first time they matched up in Stage 1, Game 5 was that map. It was a 6-0 from Envy in a game that lasted about 2 seconds.
6-0 from OpTic.
6-0 from OpTic, sorry.
Yeah.
6-0 from OpTic lasted about 6 seconds. This was a much harder win.
And they have a great chance to close that. I mean, they make a little bit of a comeback. They get it to round 11. They
Very
get
true.
into a 2v2 scenario, but I thought Scump and Formal played that 2v2 perfectly. John, when he throws the dart out, though, I mean, that was scary. For a second, I thought he was going to be able to pick at least one player off, or at least get some information, know where they were.
I've never even considered that. Like a 1v2 dart play around 11 just seems so crazy to even happen. But the big thing opening that up was Formal. He got that kill on Looney against Rise in the Stage 1 finals, kind of playing that back of the map, back behind Grandma's house. But I believe for our replay, we have all of that round 11. We're going to break it down a little bit, take a look at it so you guys can see it a second time, see where the big plays come in. So here's round 11. Let's take a look at this. And Matt, break down some of the big moments for me here.
So, I mean, Envy set up to go make an attempt over towards that B site, right? And you see that you got Slasher getting up to top rock. There's another player on the side of OpTic Gaming watching that top rock. But the first action happens on that right side of the map. I believe that's where Formal rotates all the way through. You see JCap in the back. Formal, with some great timing, just pushes through there, and he should be able to pick up that first kill rather quickly.
It's basically the exact opposite, because remember, they were on the opposite side against Rise. He was catching, I think, Looney on the overextend here this time. No, actually, he was pushing through the same way, wasn't he? Yeah, he was.
He was coming down that green alley against Rise. But there you see Slasher picks up 2, and with that assist, it earns John the dart. So here's where OpTic Gaming set up. And Scump actually sees the first guy cross. As soon as he knows that he's not going across directly to that A bomb site, he knows he's going all the way back over by Church Tank, or he's going to go into the back of Grave. And he sees the second player. The second player jumps out, challenges Scump, thinks he's the only one there. Formal's there to take him out with an AR. And this is where John is just going for information, and he comes out of this with about 20 seconds left. He would not, even if he kills Formal, he needs to hunt down Scump, because the bomb's on the other side.
Ace there? Because he got the opening kill, he got the third, he got the fourth. Did he get the second kill? Because I know he's on a 3 streak there. He might have had the ace for that.
No.
He didn't get one of them? I know he had 3 kills for sure.
I know you would love to give Formal the credit of getting an ace, but no, I don't believe he did.
I would, buddy. I would. But no, that was an insane game. Ties up the series at 1-1. Valiant effort from Envy. John in a tough predicament at the end there. But we're getting right into the Band Protect for Game 3. This already has potential to be probably our best series so far of Stage 2 if it goes the distance. These 2 games have been so, what was it, 250 to 225, and then round 11, Game 2, 6 stuff thus far.
Yeah, 2 really close maps to start off this series. We see Overclock, Flashbang, Concussion, High Caliber gone, here early. You expect rapid fire. This could be one where we see the Shiva gone. I think we could see the Shiva go on this one. We've seen some of these players bust out the Shiva in the last map. There you see rapid fire. Now, let's see. Overdrive going to go. You fully expected that. Potentially active camo, maybe smokes.
Super standard here for Uplink. And this is what you're going to see pretty much in any OpTic matchup. This is what they're going to push forward. It looks like Envy feels comfortable playing into their playstyle, especially after how the hardpoint went. They took the hardpoint. You got to feel pretty comfortable with how things went. The final one going to be coming in from Slasher. Do they maybe target Danger Close again?
Envy's
that was the last
gone
one.
like Danger Close. They've gone HCXD in the past. Camo.
Okay.
Yeah. You figured if Overdrive was off the board, you figured Camo would be the next specialist to go.
Well, let's take a look now at the specialist draft. You lost, Camo and Overdrive, so Kinetic definitely going to be coming in from each side. The question is, does one of these teams maybe go with 2 or 3 weapons, but you doubt that? Well, when you have...
I think Envy goes 2 weapons.
If Heatwave, it should be 2-2 split, I think would be probably...
Yeah, once you see Cap go Tempest, you expect to see one of those
Because you still have
other
Kinetic
guys.
and Heatwave, right? Because you have to take out Overdrive, right? So it still leaves 2 of those power.
Interesting. OpTic's going to go 3 and 1. Crim's going to go with Vision Pulse over taking something like the Tempest or the Annihilator.
Okay.
So that's a little bit interesting. But we've seen Crim use Vision Pulse time and time again, whether it's S&D or CTF, so he brings it out here on Uplink.
Well, it's nice sometimes when you can use it offensively if you're pushing, trying to see where you maybe spawn them out, or if they're trying to clear out your base. There's people who have gotten to Grandma's or Barn, you're trying to figure out where they're set up, trying to clear stuff out. You can use it a lot of ways, and Crim, one of the better players, I think we can agree, at using that particular ability. But I don't know, how do you feel about that? You a little bit more of a fan of the 2-2 split, or are you comfortable with going Vision Pulse
I'm
there?
a fan of the 2-2 split. I think the Tempest is going to be much more useful than something like a Vision Pulse. Sure, Vision Pulse, you get some, vision of where some of the players are on the map.
That would make sense.
Just kind of call it to your teammates. Yeah, I was looking for another word, but I was like, I'm tired of searching my brain. I'm just going to use the word vision again.
The reason I like the weapons is because I don't want to say Uplink is a snowball, but it sort of is. If you get an opening break and you get 3 kills, you can sort of get a rally going early. If you get that opening break, you get forward, you get a dunk, you pick up a couple more kills, you can put on a lot of points in a flurry.
You hit one guy coming through back alley with a Tempest shot, and they're spawning back there, kind of eliminates that whole wrap back to the base.
That's true. That's true. That could be a big one for sure. You're seeing the best of 5 breakdown right now. Fringe Uplink, obviously the next one on the list. If we need it, a game 5 would be Hunt and Search and Destroy. Before that, obviously a CTF. But right now, this is the swing game. You're tied 1-1. This is your game 3. Do you like whoever takes this one, or you don't really feel comfortable either way?
I think you would take whoever wins this one.
Okay.
I think this is kind of like a swing game. I think Envy is going to come out and play pretty well in this one, though. I don't expect them to just kind of roll over on Uplink. I think this is an Envy team where, Formal hasn't had the greatest. He had good S&D.
Really good S&D.
Yeah, didn't have a great respawn.
Pretty average game 1, you could say, for what you expect from him.
From what you expect, yeah. And I think Slasher and JCap definitely with a lot to prove. Expect them to show up.
All right, well, incredible series already. We're ready for game 3. Let's throw it over to our casters. Jack, Revan, it's all you guys.
We're all tied up heading into Fringe Uplink. Looking forward to getting this map started because it's got some very clear roles on it. It's got some very clear areas where you expect your submachine guns to be, where you expect your ARs to be. Either way, we are in for a treat. As Maven and Mr. X kept saying, this has been a great series so far, close through and through, and let's keep it that way here on Fringe Uplink. Revan, who are we watching at the start?
I want to watch Apathy. He's going to be using the Man of War here, and he's one of the new players and one of the new faces here on Team EnVyUs, and he's been playing really well, I thought. Aside from, that last Search and Destroy from the games we've seen him play with EnVyUs, I thought he's a great addition to the team.
All right, well, at the start, Apathy is the man we are watching. Quick draw.
Switch to the VMP.
Stock on that VMP. He's going to get right in towards the stub window area. Definitely an advantageous spot to either A, go for a flank, which looks like he might attempt to do, or if those kills happen on middle map, he'll rotate back, try to protect this drone. There's one. Does get taken down by Forwell, and already OpTic Gaming pick up this objective, and they push right on towards Barn.
Yeah, Formal going for the high toss. He tries to sink it, and he does. So OpTic Gaming, they strike first. But Karma, he's got the Shiva in his hands, looking to put pressure over near the EnVyUs spawns. Is able to get one as we switch over to Crim6. He's here for the trade, and does connect there onto Slasher. Gets 2 as he shuts down John after that.
Karma does get taken down outside of Barn. Now Crim6 doing what he can to stay alive. Formal with this objective. He's gotten his way into that front barn window. Apathy punishes him, though, with that Man of War. John
All right, all for that.
destroys Scump there, and just like that, every single player on Envy wind up taking down a kill. Apathy actually gets 2, and he'll push up with this objective right away. He's got some help from that L wall area. Love this decision from JCap to just watch over cardboard as well. Envy moving up nice and methodically, but just like that, OpTic Gaming get the number advantage in their favor.
Yeah, JCap was in a position to make some big plays happen, right? He had the angles on the OpTic Gaming members that were set up and trying to stop that push from Envy, but unfortunately, as everyone else tried to go through tracks, they all died. JCap, the last one alive, unable to keep that play alive. So OpTic Gaming, they're able to stabilize, and now we're back to fighting for map control, but as soon as I say that, 3 go down for OpTic Gaming. They know where Scumpy is. Now it's going to be OpTic Gaming pushing forward. John with some good position here, as he's going to find some OpTic players coming off respawn.
That's such a smart play to slide on up, just get the kill onto Karma, who is playing that back rails area. The 1-point toss does wind up going in. 4 do go down, and now it's OpTic's turn to try to return the favor. Krim going for the high wall run. Here he goes. Actually misses it wide right, it appears.
Might work
Bounces
out.
just below it, but who knows? OpTic Gaming could go for a dunk off this one. But as I said that, it looks like a couple kills have gone in favor of Envy. Formal, though, with an opportunity to go for this one. Karma picks it on up. There's the dunk. OpTic Gaming up 3-1.
All right, so the miss from Crim6 winds up paying off in the end as Formal is able to get 2 clutch kills. He's on a 5 spree, by the way. Ari has an HCXD to work with, 250 points away from the lightning strike, as it seems, as he's looking to control over near front barn. They get another 1-point toss in. They've been pretty good at hitting that high toss.
Oh, most certainly are. I mean, Crim6 did miss that one, but outside of that, they've gotten them done. For the most part, 2 for 3 so far this game. 2-possession lead right now for OpTic Gaming. And again, they keep favoring this rail side. They haven't put too much of a pressure on mid-street. They're more or less just letting their slaying happen and then picking up the drone as kind of a afterthought. Do you agree with that decision so far from OpTic Gaming?
Yeah, it's working in their favor. You got Formal, he's going off 11 and 5. Just focus on kills. As soon as you get Envy, as soon as you start manipulating their spawns so they're out over near the back alley like we saw in one of the earlier series of the night, you could just get so many scores in after in. But it's not like Envy, it's not like they haven't had opportunities to get points on the board, right? There have been times where OpTic Gaming have been 3, 4 down. That right there we see another instance. It's just they haven't been able to find enough ground over near the OpTic Gaming side of the map to put that drone through the goal.
Well, I really think Envy's roadblock has been near this globe side.
Yeah.
Right outside Oranges, there's always been an AR player stacked up who's gotten a kill that slows down this push. Right now, it's Krim who just came off spawn. He's going to rotate on over. He'll tag up JCap and finish off that kill. As it's still only 1 point on the board for Envy. The drone will reset to middle map, and Scump can try to pick this one up and go for a 1-point play. That's exactly what he's going to do.
He's going to pick up the drone, goes for that high toss once again. Dies before he could get it off. It's going to be Formal laying down some covering fire, and once again, 3 go down for OpTic Gaming, but here comes Crimson in a position to stop this push from going further. Unable to do so. John needs to reset his armor. He also has Heatwave to work with. Teammates with forward position. He's going to go right in for the dunk, and he's going to get it. The Heatwave does come in the end from both players as he's looking to help out Apathy here. Can he finish a kill? Yes, he can. So EnVyUs, they're right back in this game.
Nice job by John to stay alive in OpTic Gaming's base. There's a couple more kills for him. Again, continuing to perform well. He led his team in slaying in game 1. Still continuing to do so now in game number 3. 1 point separating these two teams, but does Formal go for the one? I love that. I love that decision from Formal. He recognizes that he can at least try to go for the dunk. Unfortunately, though, because I believe of where his one teammate was, they spawned up right in the back of the base. They'll have to settle for the one. OpTic Gaming keep it a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I think it was also running low on threats, so I'm not sure if he got high enough there, but he settles for the easier toss in the end, and he sinks it. So OpTic Gaming, they go back up by 2 points as kills being exchanged by both teams all across the map, just trying to establish their control over the neutral drone area. It's going to be Formal. So with this HXD also has a scythe now, but with 20 seconds remaining, I don't think he's going to use either of those. Solid shots as he takes down John.
He is just ripping through people with the with the M8 right now. Has an opportunity to go for a 1. Does he pick it up? No, he'll settle for more kills
Scump
on the
uses
map.
kinetic, by the way.
Scump does pop kinetic. OpTic Gaming trying to get this drone pushed forward, but as I say that, Formal gets taken down. Scump is still here waiting for potentially a pass. The long one goes in. That's not going to happen. At the half, 5-3 will be the scoreline in favor of OpTic Gaming over EnVyUs.
Yeah, kinetic armor is such a key ability, and now OpTic Gaming, they're not going to have that to work with. As Scump used it, he was trying to get that forward position in barn, right? And he was able to get it, but unfortunately, I forgot who that was from Envy, but whoever that was near the middle of the street stops the drone carrier, stops the pass from going into Scump, and stops that last score from going in.
Well, Scump and Krim were the 2 lead blockers. Unfortunately, though, Krim went to go check his small fences when the player peeked right outside from that dark hallway to take down Scump. So, in the end, Envy hold. They keep it a 1-possession game. Off the break this time, we are watching Formal. He's got the scythe, and this is where major damage can be put in. And as I say that, he holds the nade from JCap.
Yeah, unfortunately, no flak jacket for him. As John gets another one with the HCXD, the Vision Pulse now popped. He's able to stop that score from coming in thanks to some help from Karma. As they're doing some great slaying right now. Karma still trying to stay alive. He puts on some covering shots, cleans up John, connects with some Man of War hip fire shots. Now Formal off respawn. OpTic Game just trying to get this neutral Jonah away from their base, and they do exactly that as they toss it for yards.
Look at the specialists right now for Envy, getting closer and closer to earning multiple of them to use on the map. A couple players do fall. Apathy last alive. He'll fall as well. 4 dead for EnVyUs. And look at the red arrows of OpTic Gaming. They're surging up the map, looking to put their first points on the board for side 2. There goes the Tempest as well. Karma needs a ledge boost, and he does just that to get the dunk in. OpTic Gaming back up by 2 possessions.
Now things get scary. They need to take out John. He's the last one alive. I'm not sure if they know that he got the globe spawn, and he's going to allow his teammate Apathy. He's actually getting this great spawns for his entire team as they rotate back. Can they pick up the kills? They need to retake control of their base. 3 go down once again. Scum sees the last one. He's just sliding. He's dodging it like it's dodgeball here as he picks up the drone. And this is going to be another dunk for OpTic Gaming.
14 kills in a row for OpTic Gaming. Finally, Slasher stops them there. That was the definition of a massacre momentarily for Envy fans. And what you've got to commend OpTic Gaming for is that they've remained in control of the Envy base. Finally, it does look like they've lost some of their grasp here, but the damage has been done. What was a 2-point game is now 6 points and a couple streaks in favor of Formal. He's now 27 and 14. Hey, they must have heard Mr. X and Maven talking about how he struggled in that first respawn with how he's shooting right now.
Well, brings out the M8, and now he's dropping 28 and 15 with still plenty of time remaining in this game. It's going to be OpTic Gaming. Sure, they have control, but Envy, they're not out of it just yet. Sure, they don't get the best use out of the Tempest, but it's going to be Slasher now bringing out the Psych. You have Apathy. He has his kinetic armor to use. He gets the toss off, and through the heat wave, he's able to sink it.
Nicely done to recognize that he's got to toss off that 1-point play as soon as possible, and he will get that one to sink in. Still 5-point game, though, between these two squads. Remains a 3-possession game. John definitely has slowed down. I believe he's about 6 and 12 in his last engagements. Now pushing up through little room. Heat waves, but it's to no avail as he still loses that engagement versus Karma. Crim6 trying to stay alive with that L card. That 1-point toss won't get off as well. So 9-4. OpTic Gaming holding their base with just 2.5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, still a lot of time to be played. It's going to be a 3-possession game for the time being. OpTic Gaming, they have streaks to work with. Still the Lightning Strike, the HCXD can still come into effect. That's 3 go down for OpTic Gaming. They know where Crim6 is as well. It's going to be JCap trying to push this one forward as Karma gets taken down off respawn. JCap going through top barn. He's going in for the dunk, and I think he's going to have it, even though John gets taken out watching the spawns. Just like that, and we bring it within 3. Now JCap getting kills off of the score. After controlling middle map, he's going to pop his kinetic armor. Finds one, takes down Karma as he maintains control of the drone and tosses where his teammates are pushing.
You see the green arrows moving up through rails. He gets a call from his teammates. Just toss it forward for yards. He trusts them to be able to try to make a play on it. Unfortunately for Envy fans, it does look like OpTic Gaming have regained control momentarily. Scump pops his kinetic armor as well, and that's 4 dead for a second for Envy. They know the final player is here on rails. John, though, does hold off 2, which might buy enough time for Envy to not let a score go in.
Yeah, JCap gets an angle as well, but Karma does drop. That drops the drone. Crim6 trying to stay alive. He does find one, trades his life out, but both these teams, man, they've been trading blows back and forth. At one time, OpTic Gaming, they go down 3, then they respond. 3 go down for Envy, and a very back and forth game. Still only 3 points separating both these teams, as that's going to be Envy pushing through tracks.
OpTic Gaming currently outslaying by about 10 kills in this one. Apathy with the L card. What was that? Did not think he had the shots on the Scump, and that's exactly what happened. Now OpTic Gaming, they have an opportunity to score. The HC will be the first line to push in. The site of Formal ready to go as well. It's 3 dead again for Envy, and oh gosh, I'm getting flashbacks to earlier on this side where OpTic Gaming went on a 14 streak. Now on a 7 streak of their own, looking to keep it going. They might still get another score off this one. Here goes Karma. There it is, 13-6. OpTic Gaming to take this game free.
Yeah, Lightning Strike comes in as well with 30 seconds remaining. Envy down by 7 points. You're getting flashbacks early on the side. I was getting flashbacks early when we last saw these teams play here on Fringe Uplink. Just OpTic Gaming, they had, what was it, like that surge in the final seconds. They definitely know how to play this map. Envy, they were looking good for the most part, but that one series of plays that OpTic Gaming just had, they get too many points on the board. Now it's not possible for Envy to come back.
John connects with the long one, but it's too little too late. OpTic Gaming will go up 2-1 in this best of 5 in the El Clasico of Call of Duty. Nice job by them. Revan, for the most part, it was pretty back and forth earlier on, but then OpTic Gaming just began to surge on side number 2. They definitely knew how to set up to spawn trap EnVy near tin, and they made the most of the opportunity they got.
I mean, the one difference that I saw between both these teams is the point you brought up. When EnVy were pushing through tracks and they were trying to take control of that globe area, it was so tough to them. And that's the point of a choke point. You control the area on the outside, and those EnVy players were forced to funnel through. OpTic Gaming with the better positions, they were able to get the better of the trades. But when OpTic Gaming were in that position, when they were pushing through tracks, they were able to get it, 2 or 3 times. That led to a series of scores that they were able to win the game from.
Well, I think what also hurt EnVy too is when they would push rails, they would go all in on rails.
Yeah.
They'd have everybody in there. And when they'd lose those engagements, they would have nobody at globe, so they'd all spawn tin, so OpTic, it just fell into place.
Yeah.
But when OpTic would try to push for rails, they would have someone lingering back like Karma, playing from that globe's truck, where if his 2 teammates died inside the train tracks area, he would fall back to globe, maybe get his team to spawn. If not, he would buy enough time for them to come off the respawn to defend their base. Unfortunately for EnVy, the setup just wasn't there. OpTic Gaming just 14 straight kills at that one moment, which just let them run away with the score. So Green Wall fans, you've got to be happy they've recovered from that first game 1. Here's a look at your after-action report. Formal 33 and 24. At one point, he had 30 kills before anyone else on his team even had 20. In the end, though, 3 dunks from Karma gets it done for OpTic Gaming.
I really think the slang was also something that set OpTic Gaming apart from EnVyUs going to this map. I mean, there were times where they were able to, trade like 3 downs and trade 4 downs, but another difference, OpTic Gaming were able to convert on those opportunities, whereas EnVyUs weren't.
They most certainly weren't. OpTic Gaming up 2-1. Guys, go ahead and give us your thoughts on that game 3.
All right, thanks, guys. The funny thing about this, the first time these guys played in Stage 1, we talked about the Game 5 infection. The uplink they played was Fringe as well. And I remember we did a theater rewind. I had deja vu a little bit through this game because remember they were down, I think like 4.
It was OpTic that was down.
OpTic was down like, I think 4 points with 60 seconds to go. They got back-to-back dunks. They pushed it to overtime, and then they ended up winning the game. So the replay I actually want to look at was a bit similar in the fact that they got the spawn trap, pushing forward, and were able to rip off these back-to-back dunks, which looked a lot to me like what we saw in our theater rewind like early in Stage 1.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take a look at the replay, but I think another story from this game was we talked about it in the pregame. JCap versus Formal. Formal had a rough hard point. How he was going to bounce back showed up in a big way in that one.
Yeah, he really, really did, and it was so reminiscent of what we saw. It was Formal picking up kills. I think he might have had a man of war in this position the last time because I remember Revan talking through this. They get the setup here. This time they're only up 2, but they're able to get complete control here, rally through for back-to-back dunks, and this reminds me just so much of the closing of the second half. The first time these 2 teams faced off, obviously different rosters this time around, but they're able to get these back-to-back dunks, and this is where it kind of opened up, right? They get the 6-point advantage. They're able to take control here inside 2, start to run away with things with those dunks, and as much as I was impressed by EnVy to take that first game, now it's looking scary. I mean, that was your chance. You got the game 1. I feel like you kind of had to take one of the next 2.
I still feel like EnVy has a chance.
No, they do.
I wouldn't say they're out of it.
I wouldn't either. But I think I still feel like they kind of needed to take one of those next 2 to get that advantage, that 2-1 up.
Give themselves some cushion.
Yeah, and the cushion's gone. Obviously, they only had it through that game 1. Now OpTic's taken control of the series. I don't see OpTic letting this slip through their fingers, but
well, EVAC CTF is a map and mode that we saw OpTic lose to Rise Nation at the Stage 1 finals.
Karma spent almost his entire game running on the backside of that wall when you're pushing towards helipad, just going back and forth.
And there's nobody else that pushed up the map whatsoever. At the Crown Invitational, they played Millennium on this map, and they beat them on it. So they looked a little bit better against Millennium. Obviously, no team from Europe versus team from North America. They're going to play a little bit different. I'm interested to see how they look against EnVy.
Well, as we're going to get into the ban protect here soon, I guess for me the question is, what matters most to you here? Is it something like Afterburner allowing those wall runs? Is Blast Suppressor a big deal when you're trying to get around? Because remember, it's a 3-lane map that kind of becomes like a 5-lane map because of those outer wall runs.
I think you'd want Afterburner. I don't think it's.
Do you
like
think one team it helps to maybe hit that, get that off out of the game? Is that something maybe EnVy wants to go after?
Possibly. I don't think it's going to happen though. I think EnVy is a team that's going to go high caliber, rapid fire, stuns, flashes,
so the OpTic,
HCXD.
The OpTic bans.
These two teams ban very similar stuff. They want to make it a gun-on-gun game as close to eliminating all the tacticals, all the lethals. They try to get rid of some of the specialists, that are really powerful in some of the respawn game modes. And I think, Envy is the team that's willing to challenge OpTic gun on gun.
Yeah, well, we're just waiting on these guys to get the lobby ready to go and get started here for Game 4. If you are just tuning in, OpTic currently heading the series 2-1. Things looked a little bit scary early on as Envy stole that hard point. I mean, that was 4 maps in a row. They hadn't dropped a game, really, until that S&D, which came down around 11. Yeah. God knows how close that was. So Envy still looking very strong. And even that uplink was close at times. This series has been very, very tight. You got to expect a similar result here for CTF.
Yeah, back and forth. The series the entire time. And I'm interested to see on evac CTF what this new Envy squad elects to do, how they're going to play. I imagine you're going to have John and Apathy just pushing the OpTic base over and over again. You're going to have JCap and Slasher kind of set up near that middle of the map, trying to aid them as well as they push in. We can get into the Banner Protect.
But the question is, can someone help Karma then on the OpTic side? Because it seemed like
someone
versus
going
Rise,
to push up with Karma,
he was the one on the opposite side of the map most of the game. Didn't have a lot of help. They played a little bit stagnant. It was not the prettiest game to watch during that series. But now, let's see, can anyone get a foothold here in the Ban Protect? Maybe. I mean, the thing I'm most curious about is probably Afterburner. What happens with that? And that is going to get banned by Scott.
Yeah, OpTic's going to get rid of Afterburner. It's going to be Apathy getting rid of stuns. You expect somebody on Envy or OpTic to get rid of the flashbangs now that stuns are out. You expect the Overdrive to go up. There goes Overdrive at the hands of JCap. No, rapid fired high caliber.
Maybe smokes or camo. Is that
smokes,
something
camo, those are two definitely ones you're going to see targeted overclock. That one goes almost every game as well. So you figure with these 4 gone, you know you're going to get high caliber, you know you're going to get rapid, you have a flashbang. So pretty much there's just one we're questioning. Yeah, it's really just going to be, I think, probably active camo. Or kinetic. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if kinetic. They take it out of Scum's hands, but camo makes a lot of sense. Potentially even like a Shiva, but I don't think a Shiva is too powerful in this one. So
John was taking his time there. I was thinking maybe he wanted to mix things up. Not going to, is he's going to get rid of high caliber. Karma and Slasher left to go. One of the slower Ban Protects we've seen, considering what's been picked.
Right, there goes Rapid Fire. Yeah, it hasn't been like too shocking for it taking this long. So the last one, it wasn't camo, it's going to be an HC instead. But that's the only one we're really questioning. You kind of could have guessed all those ones previously.
Without question. All right, well, we'll take a look here at the Specialist Draft. I mean, you've got all weapons, all abilities available outside of Overdrive. So you think you're probably going to have, do you think you're going to have Heatwave, Kinetic, Camo all come into play here?
I think so. I think as long as they're in the game, I think you got to take them.
You kind of have to, right?
Yeah, Crim's the question mark. I mean, he could go Annihilator over Camo, could go Tempest over Camo, so he's going to go
That's not what I expected.
Psychosis. That is not what I expected at all. That is quite odd.
Well, I mean, unless I missed something, but Kinetic, Heatwave, and Camo all should have made it in. Yep, they did.
They do.
You see, that's the first 3 that come off. For the
so OpTic's going to go with Psychosis over Camo.
Oh, why? I'm curious your thoughts. I mean, I don't get it. Why. I don't certainly understand. I mean, I think Camo wins in every aspect for me.
There's no reason not to have Camo over Psychosis.
Well, maybe Crim knows something I don't, and we'll see. I'd be curious. We'll have the casters maybe spend a little time. If you see Crim gets that up, guys, if he has Psychosis, let's see how he uses it. I'm curious. Maybe there's something they like to play off with that.
And maybe he's trying to just go be a little bit more offensive bait into the other team's base. But like I just said, you want to be more offensive with Psychosis. Like, why wouldn't you just have Camo and be invisible and go into the other team's base?
Seems to be more effective. Yeah. But seeing the breakdown here for Capture the Flag on evac, the respawn timers kind of get longer and longer as we go. We're up to 7.5 seconds now for this one. When you're looking at the blue side of the map and red, where do you kind of like to pull from here?
Well, we saw Elevate do a great job when they were attacking this blue flag on the mini map. They were able to just throw some smokes in, get it towards apartments. They have the cover from top AC. They were able to score some nice flags from that side of the map. So looking to see if one of these teams can replicate the same.
All right, well, we should be just about ready to get into the next game here. Is OpTic Gaming able to close it out? Can Envy push it to a Game 5? The first matchup in Stage 1 went the distance. Will the first matchup in Stage here go the distance as well? Let's toss it over to our casters, Courage and Revin.
Very interesting selection from Crim6 in the Specialist Draft. You and I kind of looked at each other like, okay, Crim normally one of the biggest proponents of using that active camo. This time around doesn't wind up bringing it out. In this one, though, Envy currently down in the series. Things you want to potentially see them change up here on evac CTF. Where are you looking, Fred?
I mean, just even though Afterburner does get banned out, you got to make sure you're watching those wall runs. We saw so many big plays come from Cloud9 on this map, just utilizing the wall runs and hitting from different angles, especially when you're defending over near the helipad side of the map. It could be a nightmare just watching all these different angles that players could attack you from.
We wound up, I checked Twitter between the games, wanted to see what people were saying. Rambo's watching. Big fan of Rambo Ray. He was saying that the kills OpTic Gaming were getting on the map were just more important than that of Envy. It gave them the opportunity to get in the better setups, and they capitalized on that one. Hell, kills are even more important in CTF at times on maps like this with those long respawn delays. We'll see how that comes into play here. OpTic Gaming 1 map away from starting off Stage 2 with a 1-0 record. I went and checked the OpTic Gaming subreddit earlier today, too. Saw some crazy facts. Like
you check all the subreddits, don't you?
Of course I do. I got to check all of them. I'm subscribed now to 100 Thieves as well. Team Solo Mid as well as another one. But I think OpTic is 56-5 in overall series so far in Black Ops 3 when counting the League, the 25Ks, and LAN events.
That's all right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
So expect them to have the upper hand here in this Game 4. Off the break, it's Karma we're watching from OpTic Gaming.
So I'm curious to see if we're going to see any smoke grenades here. See if you maybe block out some key lines of sight. It's going to be Karma trying to get the intro here. Scump above him. Formal gives him some cover. Takes down John. 2 down early on for Team EnVyUs. Apathy's there to try to trade out some kills, and he's going to be able to get 2, but the flag has already been pulled by Scumpy.
Scump going to wait for just a second. Catches bearings. Apathy gets that kill. That'll drop the flag off the map, and just like that, the first push of the game is shut down. Everyone will kind of reset and push for map positioning. Formal getting control of middle. Wins that engagement for Slasher. 2 dead, make it 3, and just like that, OpTic Gaming are surging forward yet again.
Yeah, unfortunately, John had to rotate all the way back. Envy had everybody over near the kitchen side here on the right side of the map, and he's able to pick up 2 clutch kills. That's going to allow his teammates some room to breathe off the respawn. They rotate back and just make sure they have all their lanes covered as they're still looking for 2 more OpTic members.
John does what he can to stay alive. And look at Scump.
Look, they're so stacked up on that one lane.
Sneaky Beaver. Just waiting on up through middle map. If a couple more kills go in their favor, you should see him run on out. Slasher playing his close ball. Scump sees him, pulls the flag, and he'll begin to run this one. This should be a cap for OpTic Gaming as long as they get their cutoff near glass. It's Crim6 who's going to be in charge of watching this one.
Such a smart EMP check.
Uses that Man of War. You're a big fan of the EMP check there. Tells him, hey, there's no one directly up close. Goes ahead, waits it out a few more seconds, gets that kill, and Scump will cap that flag in just a minute and a half. OpTic Gaming prime to take this Game 4 and win the series.
And yeah, Scump is using smoke grenades, so I'm sure if he was met with some resistance, somebody posted up over near that back helipad, he could have smoked him out and closed the gap. Now he's sent him over near the middle of the map. I think Apathy is over near the bottom porch. Yes, those arrows were pretty close to each other. Now Apathy with a chance to get a pullout, and he has JCap covering one of his lanes too.
And look, just like how Scump did it, 2 kills go in favor of his team. It's flag pull time. Apparently these squads decided to just take control of each other's bases, but oh my god, Crim6 with the spawn right now. That's basically a free kill. Has an opportunity to go for the turn. The return doesn't do it there, but Formal off the spawn will clear things out. Oh! And it's Scump pulling yet again another flag.
He just guns John right there. Now OpTic Gaming, of course, they need to rotate over and cover their overextension off the respawn. Crim, and now there's the Psychosis. He's going to use it as bait. Spots one over near the pillar, but this is looking like another OpTic Gaming flag cap. Off this, Scump should earn the kinetic armor, and he also gets the lightning strike.
Kinetic armor, lightning strike, closing in on that Cerberus as well as the Hellstorm. Everything going right for OpTic Gaming at the moment. Formal's 9-3 as well on a 3 streak. OG looking pretty solid on evac CTF. Oh, okay.
He wants to use the kinetic armor to get his streaks here.
Yeah.
He caught a glimpse of that player. He thought he was going to challenge. I think he thought that he was spotted as well, but a lot of kills going down over the EnVyUs side of the base, and that kinetic armor, it gets burnt by Scump, but he still picks up the kill in the end as he gets the Hellstorm missile right there.
One more kill and it's Cerberus time, and you know how important that is on CTF, Revan. You drop that on your base in the second half of it with just about 3 minutes remaining. It is essentially a free line of defense. I think he's been spotted in this corner. It does appear so.
He
still gets a kill, though. Scump fully streaked out. OpTic Gaming in cruise control at the moment.
Some of the mistakes I'm seeing Envy make right now is they're just leaving lanes open. So many times you see OpTic Gaming are able to sneak through because Envy, they're not checking corners. I mean, earlier in the game, you saw them stack 3 players right through this kitchen side of the map. They left the middle lane open, and Scump was able to get the first black cap from there. Oh, no, Karma, don't do it to him. Fortunately, Slash was able to finish that kill.
He didn't. Don't worry, Revan. I could tell. I heard you get nervous in your voice. Crim6 tries to get some shots on a J-Cap. Okay. Crim somehow lands behind him, gets the better of Cap there. He'll stay alive inside kitchen. 90 seconds remaining inside 1. The hip fire gets it done versus John. The Hellstorm called in by Scump. OpTic Gaming looking to add insult to injury now as they pull their 3rd flag of the game.
All right, so it's going to be up to JCap to try to get this return. And he does have Heat Wave to help aid him. He's going to hit this wall run and try to come up behind the side of Crimsix just like that. He does pick up the kill, but he's traded out immediately after. But what this is doing is buying time for John and Slasher to push up the map, overextend, try to get the return on their own. The assist comes in, Slasher picks up 2 key kills, and John does get the return.
One player, though, just spawned outside of kitchen. He's on top of the AC vent now. Formal just got blessed.
Apathy right behind him, does pick up the kill in the end. The flag drop momentarily. Psychosis once again deployed, but just like that, 3 go down for OpTic Gaming. The last one alive is Crimsix, and he is in a position to get the return.
Crim is here with the L car, gets one, slides in. Okay. What is up with Crim and sometimes near failing at getting flag returns?
Sometimes the momentum of the slide just carries you forward and you try to stop in your tracks. But a scary moment there for Crimsix. He almost got taken out just short of the right return, but it's looking good for OpTic Gaming to maintain their 2-0 lead here.
Crim popped that Psychosis in middle map, used it as a tool to try to push on up. No one wound up spotting him either way, and then plays that bottom kitchen area so well to keep OpTic Gaming up by 2 flags. Going into side number 2, standout things in the scoreboard right now. Formal 16 and 9 on pace for 30+ kills in this CTF.
All right, so before we were going into this map, during the specialist draft, you heard Maven and Mr. X discussing Psychosis versus Camo. I gotta say, I saw Apathy use Camo 0 times throughout that side. I saw Crimsix use Psychosis at least 3.
All right, so definitely that earn rate potentially helping him out there. One thing to point out, though, is Crim, Camo wizard at times, especially in uplink. Wondering, if he had Camo, could his plays had even been more impactful? Thankfully, that's not really a discussion you have to have when OpTic Gaming are up 2-0 with 2 streaks still readily available. They're going to decide to focus more towards
I could have missed
kitchen.
Apathy using Camo. It's possible he used it once already.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I'm almost sure he has. There's no way with 9 kills he hasn't earned it at least once in this game. Going to recharge that bar right on up. Should be very close to earning it either way. Multiple specialists ready for either team. Is this a big potential swing opportunity? Envy electing to bring out those smoke grenades. They've gotten the flagpole, but they've got multiple OpTic Gaming players to beat.
And now Camo earned by Apathy. He's going to be able to get away without having to use it, but it's going to be Slasher forced to bring out the site to give him some covering fire. 1 player left alive for OpTic Gaming. It's going to be Karma, just like what we just saw. He has a chance to go for the return here, but Slasher, I think he knows the situation. He knows where he's going to be vulnerable from. He knows that they're missing 1 player, and that's why you see everybody from EnVyUs here at their base. The lightning strike gets called in, but the flag cap comes in regardless.
All right, OpTic Gaming, you gave up 1 flag. Now you have no more mistakes to give. Only up by 1. You still have a Cerberus, though. Crim falls off the map. Possibly an afterburner not being available. Issue right there. It's tough to kind of gauge those high wall runs near that bottom side of the map. So, Envy get free pressure up on the map because OpTic Gaming went 4 dead. Psychosis is popped yet again by Crimsix, and it's going to be up to Formal and the boys on OG to hold off their base.
Oh, that's a huge kill coming in right there from Karma. Slasher was 25 points away from earning that lightning strike. If he would have got 1 more kill, he would have got the Hellstorm missile as well. So good to shut those down early on. And whenever you see somebody from the other team get a fly cap, your first order of business is killing that player because you know he has good progression towards some streak.
Nice 2-piece by JCap. Has a 3rd here as well. Whiffs the RK5. Stays alive just long enough to get help from John. The Cerberus was called in by OpTic Gaming, but if you look at it right now, it's in middle map. It's nowhere near their flag. Now and
JCap has double EMPs to stun it up.
Yes, he certainly does. Also with a Heat Wave as well, if he wants to use that as a tool to take it down. Does Heat Wave the player just out front. Dodges that of, I believe it was who? Karma as well. Will toss down the EMPs. Should shut down the Cerberus here momentarily. Wins the engagement for Scump. JCap is going into hero mode. Unfortunately, though, Formal is here off spawn to get the kill.
Yeah, 1 more player going to get that flag. Can he get the angle? He cannot just yet. After he wins the gunfight against Crimsix, he's going to be able to get away with the flag in his hand. Now it's going to be OpTic Gaming on the overextension.
And kids, that is why Camo is good in CTF. Yep. Apathy will cap this flag and tie the game. Even with OpTic Gaming having a Cerberus, having multiple streaks, they've shown some resilience in this Game 4, and now it is back to a stalemate between these 2 squads. OpTic Gaming do have some map positioning, though.
Yeah, also you could see how important the smoke grenades are, just blocking off the line of sight of the defending player. Scump with his kinetic armor available, he's able to find 1. Doesn't decide to pop it. It's going to be Slasher now on the defensive side of things. He can't pick up the kill on the Crimsix. Pops his Psychosis once again. There's 1 more. Oh, wow. Those are some unfortunate spawns for Crimsix. Well, everybody kind of spawned right around him.
Well, it was because of where Formal wound up being. Formal wound up pushing towards glass. That forced the spawns either in kitchen, but as the flag's being run, the rest of Envy spawned right behind him. Karma
and now the Cerberus is that Envy's flag.
Yeah, the Cerberus has traversed the map. It knows, hey, we've got to get on the offensive.
Can't pull it away though.
Yeah. Technology's just not here yet in Black Ops 3 to pull a flag with a Cerberus. Crimsix doing what he can to stay alive, bottom bar. Who's that all the way outside bottom green? I believe that is Scump. Gets the entry kill on the Slasher to try to get a flag pull.
All right, so now OpTic Gaming once again, and on this side of the map, they've actually preferred to like push out this right side of the lane. Formal with a big kill here to make on the defensive end. He's able to find it while Crim still trying to get things going over near the Envy base. The heat wave comes in from JCap. Slasher's there to clean up the kill. Both teams stabilize at their base, so it's going to be a battle for mid-map control once again.
2-2 still. 70 seconds remaining in this one. Players just trying to get middle map control yet again. Cap trying to stay alive in this bottom laundry area. The pressure now coming in from OpTic Gaming. The Psychosis has been popped as well. They spot another player. Slasher, though, with all 4 kills.
All right.
Oh, my God. Slasher, they stack up for him, and it's easy pickings. He'll get all 4 instantly. I really wish that was our final kill cam. I hope no one gets a kill for the next 7 seconds.
Too bad he doesn't have overdrive here.
Please don't get a kill for the next 7 seconds. No, Karma will steal it. Oh, my Slasher. Beautiful positioning right outside that bottom laundry area, and he just shreds through all of OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, great resilience shown by Envy throughout that second half. Despite going down 0-2 going in there, they don't give up without a fight. They keep on hustling, and they're able to find 2 flags of their own. They dodge the score streaks of Scumpy, and they're able to find some flag caps thanks to some key plays, not only with the smoke grenades, but also the active camo of Apathy.
You've got Envy, which are all right around the same score on the scoreboard, all right around even. Apathy did use camo. Might be something to watch out for, as they don't have that tool to use in overtime. If you are just tuning in, this is Game 4. Envy, if they lose here in OT, they are done for this series. OpTic Gaming looking to make sure Envy can't force a Game 5 search and destroy.
We were talking about if anybody else would bring in the HVK.
Okay.
Is Placer filling in for Karma here, but all 4 go down for Team EnVyUs. OpTic Gaming. It's going to be Team EnVyUs pushing forward. JCap now the first one pushed up. They have OpTic Gaming pinned back to their side of the map.
I like this a lot.
See if they can capitalize.
He's just staying hidden. If he gets a call out, there's someone up top. He'll do exactly this, which is pop out, get the kill. 2 kills going in for either team. JCap snaps right onto Karma. Last alive is going to be Crim6. Apathy just trying to spray through the smoke right now.
His own smoke working against him.
JCap knows the player's got to be around here on the flag, and you mentioned that smoke kind of went against him. That's exactly what happened as Crim gets the better of 2 players and Envy there.
So John with a big defensive kill to make here near the helipad. The flag will get pulled by Karma, and John with some good positioning. He's going to be able to get the return as Slasher falls. JCap is there for the trade, and JCap does have Heat Wave to use, so as he pushes up towards the flag, look for him. If he finds himself in a good position to use it, it can make a game-winning play.
He's going to go ahead and challenge the top AC area. Formal, though, pre-aiming with that M8, gets the kill. As JCap peeks on up, Apathy just knows he's stay alive on the map. Karma, though, punishes him there for giving away his position. And Envy will have to play base defense from this kitchen side. OpTic Gaming surging forward with 4 players.
Yeah, Crim working along with Formal as he picks up Slasher. Psychosis once again available. I swear, he's earned it. Like a... What? Why is it every time we cast, every time we're paired up together, we just watch people fall off the map?
Crim was getting a little bit too crafty there without Afterburner in play. It's just funny to see how that still affects the best of the best in the game. You expect to just be able to wall run all over the place, but with no Afterburner, that is not the case. 2 minutes into overtime, still scoreless for these teams. Slasher just trying to hold from this top AC area. The flag has been pulled. Heatwave comes in, does connect with the player. Karma trying to chase a kill down. Doesn't get there in time. Should have the flag return momentarily. Crim6 last alive, the final person up for OpTic Gaming. Oh my goodness, he's bought just enough time for his teammates to come off respawn. John, though, has this flag out. Slasher's getting his cuts, and just like that, this looks like it's developed into a flag capture for Envy, unless John goes off the map again.
Falls off the map.
I think that's the 3rd time for Karma this game. I think Karma's fallen off 3 times.
So there we go. Slasher's close to the streaks. That's why he team kills John to get the flag cap in. 2 minutes and 31 seconds. OpTic Gaming have to work with here in overtime CTF. And John, he was so close to dying here. You saw Formal as well right here. This is a crucial kill from Slasher. Formal is holding the cross. If he doesn't pick up this kill, there's a chance that John dies, and still hope for OpTic Gaming to get that return.
2.5 minutes are what OpTic Gaming has to work with, or else they're going to a Game 5. You mentioned how Slasher killed his teammate there because of how close he is to streaks.
Got everything now.
Well, he's fully streaked out, all gold, everything. In the bottom right of his screen, it's Cerberus time, folks. He'll toss down a trophy. Surprised he didn't throw them directly onto where he called that in at, but instead he maybe expects it to push up forward on the map. kills being traded in your kitchen. Every second that goes by, EnVy are closer to this Game 5.
Yeah, they're just looking to maintain map control throughout the whole time. It's important whenever you're in the lead in CTF that you keep track of every single player, especially in overtime, because you miss track of one guy, and that could be the entire map. Your sloppy shots from JCap does finish the kill onto Karma. It's going to be Formal now a little bit behind enemy lines, trying to put pressure onto the EnVy flag. He will wind up falling, as it's going to be John with some big kills to make.
John does get 2, staying alive, spots Scump. Scump knows he's got to continue the aggression on the map. Now he'll just fall back, try to reposition himself. JCap wins an engagement on OpTic Gaming's base, and now he's just being such a nuisance, forcing OpTic to rotate back. Another player falls off the map. That's 6 this game. The trophy, though, protecting the Cerberus.
Yeah, that's why you throw those forward position trophies. Most of the time, like back in the day, like Black Ops 2, you'd throw them along walls because they had a huge radius. Now you got to get a little bit closer. So if you put them to where the players are going to be pushing up, better chance that they'll take out the EMPs.
Revan, it's looking more and more like we're going to a Game 5. Scump can't win the engagement versus John. John continues to impress, man. All Respawn game modes this series, he has been leading the EnVyUs pack. And EnVy getting aggressive on the map, you've got to love to see this, Revan. They are still going and pushing the agenda, not letting OpTic Gaming get a comfortable push.
And that's 3 down once again for OpTic Gaming. Formal, the last one alive. He's got the sight, he's got 2 EMPs, but he's been spotted. The lightning strike will take him out. And yes, it's looking like we will go to a Game 5. However, Karma is alive. There we go. He gets taken down by the sight of Slasher, and just like that, CTF is over. And yes, we will see a Game 5.
Formal finishes with exactly what I said. If he stays on that pace, he'll get 32 in the game. That's exactly what it drops, but unfortunately, it's not enough. OpTic Gaming go up 2-0 in this Game 4 to just lose their lead, and now they find themselves in a tough spot as Hunted S&D will be Game 5.
All right, I can't wait to get there. But what is CTF we just watched? I mean, kind of like in a similar situation that Elevate was just in. You know, they go up 2 flags early on, and they wind up losing the lead. This one goes all the way to overtime. But you get some key plays from really everybody on EnVy. And what a heads-up play by Slasher at the end to not only communicate as John was going along the wall and saying, hey, as soon as you come off the wall run, I'm going to kill you, so don't panic. Fortunately, he didn't kill him as he was mid-wall run, because then the fight would have fell off the map and it would have returned.
I did not even think about that one. You would see that for a second, like, time stopped, it felt like, as they looked at each other like, there's no way if you kill me right now that this
they looked at each other dead in the eyes. They're like, is this going to happen? Sasha's like, yep.
I trust you. It was a necessary sacrifice to get all those streaks. You saw him use there to hold off their base not once but twice, as well as the Cerberus just riding out around doing its thing. OpTic Gaming just not enough as they lose that lead. And now we're going to a Game 5 in the El Clasico. You couldn't ask for much more, guys. Tweet the stream out there, twitch.tv/Call of Duty. And as we mentioned earlier, Apathy and John looking solid for this team right now as the new pickups. Look at the scoreboard there. EnVy get the better of OpTic Gaming again in the selling department.
John goes big time and time again. This guy is a playmaker. We said it when he was on Luminosity. Now, on Team EnVyUs, he has a better supporting cast around him, so now he could perform even better. And he's looking like, you know, at least like a top 10 player. Maybe you could start putting him in top 5s.
Absolutely insane stuff. EnVy are hungry, and they're now just 1 map away from beating OpTic Gaming. The Green Wall could potentially start off 0-1 in Stage 2. Guys, give us your thoughts on that crazy CTF.
Well, is OpTic going to be able to clutch it in the Game 5, or will Jack have now casted all 3 of OpTic's losses throughout Stage 1 and 2? That's what's scary about this for OpTic Gaming. But we're looking back at this one. The theme throughout, I mean, you heard them talking about it. I know there was a bit of a stream issue, but I tweeted something like Karma's movement with like a funny smiley face because he fell off like twice over the course of like a minute. He drops off the map. A lot of sloppy play, but when Afterburner comes out, that can happen from time to time.
It just throws off people's ability to gauge their boost and whatnot.
It does. I mean, really, it kind of came down to, I know there were a bunch of big moments, but that Slasher, I know we didn't get to see it from his perspective, but when Slasher got all 4 of those kills there, I believe he was last up. If he doesn't get those kills, that's a cap, and that's likely game. That was the final push of the closing 30 seconds. But let's take a look here. We put together a little bit of kind of a montage of a lot of the scores here that were influential. You had the 2 opening caps from OpTic very early, and we'll cover a couple more of them here. But the first is going to be the Scump pull. As he gets out, you can see they're going to have 2 players on the overextension they're going to have to deal with. OpTic, textbook stuff there, is Krim, Crew, able to shut it down. I think it was Krim and Formal both closing it out, and Scump's able to put that first one through. That was in, about 2 minutes into the game. Now they're going to get another pull almost right off the back of that.
Yeah, they just kind of right away. It's going to go all the way down the
outside. It was one in the first minute, one in like the second minute, basically. You'll have Scump running this one as well. going to be able to flush it through. So when they're up at this point, 2.5 minutes of the game, I thought, oh, well, this one's done. EnVy's able to bring it within 1 year. Jack say they don't have the mistakes to make anymore. And this is where JCap made a big play in the base, but got caught around the corner. And it was the camo that allowed Apathy to get out. You saw Formal there lined up with the scythe, wasn't able to pick up the kill, and that was the big tying score. But let's talk a little bit about the overtime.
You even look back on the specialist draft. It's like Krim has Psychosis. What if he has a camo? What if he has camo to work with? And something I thought was so smart, it's really underrated, is Slasher's very close to streaks. He team kills John, and then he's able to grab the flag, put it in, earns those streaks. It's something.
That's Karma falling off again. He spent most of his map, I think, falling off. Yeah, there's the team kill, and here's the score. And like you said, that allowed him to get streaks. I think that led to the Cerberus, right? Which was a big part. I mean, one part you saw in overtime, the second side, when OpTic was trying to score, you saw how annoying it was because they had the trophy set up. It was Krim coming from mid, trying to lob in some EMPs, couldn't connect. He had to wrap the whole way back out through glass, basically. I mean, that just raced like 15 seconds from his
once you get those full streaks, it's pretty difficult at that moment in time for OpTic Gaming, right? I mean, you have the Hellstorm to deal with, the Cerberus, and the Lightning. It's almost impossible. We can jump right into the ban and protect for this.
Let's get right into Game 5, baby.
Hunted, Search, and Destroy. I'm interested. This is a map that I don't think either, like EnVy's a brand new roster. I don't know if they've even played this map together.
I'll tell you one bit of information.
Yeah?
No, I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but
sure.
It was after the series with TSM. I heard Krim 6 in the back, and I heard him say aloud, "What the hell do we do on Hunted?" Because it was after they lost, and they at times feel very, I think, clueless on this map. They're not sure exactly how to play. They're not sure what they're doing wrong. Because a little bit of the conversation I heard is like, Krim really wasn't sure what was wrong with their playstyle on this map. And when you're asking those questions, like, what are we doing?
When you think you're doing something right and losing, that is not a good scenario.
So this was a couple weeks ago. We'll see if maybe they've built upon that at all. But this is not a mode, it sounded like a map mode they're very confident
what time have they built upon that? I mean, when is this team
That's true.
Really...
They went straight to Australia. They flew out, I remember, because...
They flew out the same night that I did. It was
Formal was supposed to fly back to Chicago, but that stayed in LA because he had to fly out like 2 days later. Scump had to do a video or something, flew back. 2 days later, he hops out. Then you had Karma and Krim stay in Australia. So there's a chance they haven't played this map and mode
since Stage 1 final.
Since Stage 1 final. And the last time they played it, confusion from the OpTic Gaming side after that. So we'll see. You can't feel that good if you're an OpTic Gaming fan looking at this Game 5.
No. This is one map you definitely did not want to see. You would have been very happy with Stronghold, Search, and Destroy, and not exactly thrilled about Hunted S&D. And it's going to be JCap going with Psychosis, Kinetic on Apathy. You're going to have Heatwave on Karma, Kinetic on Scump, Formal with Camo. Crim probably either goes Vision Pulse or Psychosis. You have a Heatwave on John. Slasher, you figure goes Camo. That rounds out EnVy up. And then Krim.
You gotta think Krim's gonna go Psychosis. If you want to use it last mapper, is he gonna change up his
play
Vision
style Pulse.
Now?
I mean,
that's true.
We've seen him go Vision Pulse and Search and Destroy. It's probably something they're debating right now. So.
Well, both can be good at breaking into that. Well, I like Vision Pulse because I find it to be a little bit better at B and A. You have to deal with obviously the water, the dark tunnels. It can illuminate stuff a little bit for you. If you're over at A, I mean, there's water, there's a front window to jump in, back door, coming down the steps. Like, there's so many different areas for people to be.
It's actually one of the only maps I don't mind glitch as well. I actually love
glitch more and more in S&D. I actually really am starting to like it. The more I've watched Australia, New Zealand, the more I've watched Europe, I've become a much bigger fan of it. But we'll take a look here at your bomb sites. That B at the top going to be the heavily contested one.
So you're going to see all the pressure.
You maybe see what 1A hit from a team throughout the course. The rest of the time you see them go to A is usually when something falls apart at B.
I was just going to say A is usually like your last resort. You try and make something happen at B. Maybe you get stopped in the tunnel. Oh crap, doesn't work. Let's go through the middle. Let's try and wrap all the way down by waterfall. Let's do something along those lines. A is not something, well, like we do see it when like a team has like an overdrive, right? And you're able to get up into A. I think more teams should start going over towards that A bomb site though. I mean, most teams, they send one guy over there. Even if you go push, kill that guy that usually sits behind the red truck or all the way on that outskirts, then it just spreads those three players. I mean, look at how much space there is on the defensive side of the map. Spreads those players out so far. It makes it a lot easier to go to either bomb site.
Yeah, I think you need a big performance from John on this one, from EnVy. Formal, you expect big things. He went 12-6 in the game too. He did. I wasn't sure about the second kill, but he actually did have the ace in that round 11. I went back and watched it. He picked up all four. So what bigger performance can you have in a round 11? Actually, it was what Nelson dropped 3 in the round 11 yesterday on his way to 18. So
Yeah, that's a bigger
just as big.
performance, actually, yeah. 18 kills is a little bit better.
Well, who's going to go big now in Game 5? Locked, loaded, ready to get into it. Casters, all you guys.
Here we go. Game 5 between Envy and OpTic Gaming for possibly the best match so far here in Stage 2.
It's only week 1.
It really is only week 1, and it's been a pleasure to cast so far. One thing I do want to point out, between those games got tagged in Crim6's tweet. Crim wound up saying that he forgot camo was allowed because he's been playing so many 8s where they ban certain things, where they say, you know what, don't use this or practice without this. He just let it slip his mind that he couldn't use active camo that last map, and I think he was a little disappointed in himself there. But Game 5 will be hunted, search, and destroy. We've loaded on into the map. Revan, predictions for this one. Who takes home this final map?
Man, the last time I saw an OpTic Gaming Game 5 here on Hunted Search and Destroy, it was against, I think it was CLG, maybe when Killa filled in.
Oh, gosh.
That was a long time ago, but listen, Crim6, he lives for these moments. Game 5, everything on the line for the series. Sure, it's only week 1. Sure, it's only OpTic's first match for Stage 2, but these are the moments Crim lives for, and I think he's the player to look out for in this entire lobby right now.
Formal versus John in the sniper battle of the century right now. John peeks up, nearly hits the shot over the red hut. John just doing what he can to stay alive, peek near middle map. He knows that Formal is not using cold-blooded, trying to punish him for that, as Karma, I believe, has found his way into the water inside the cave.
Important to note that John does not have cold-blooded either. He spots him once again, both players just flying in the air, trying to open things up with first blood, but you also got to watch out for Karma. I'll keep him highlighted on your mini-map.
Karma sneaking right outside red hut. John peeking on up, trying to take a different angle to possibly spot Formal. No dice as of yet. If Karma just pops up, you might be able to punish him for playing in this close window.
So this is exactly where Karma's located. You got Crim on the B bomb site, Scump's in the water as well.
If he jumps up, he gets like 17 kills right now. What was that? Karma, do you
spots one.
First blood to John, though, who took down Crim6. Karma still trying to stay alive, middle map. It's a 3-on-3.
With the whole B bomb site, it's wide open. They take down Crim6, and now they go ahead and they push on in.
Karma inching on up. There's JCap planting this bomb. 3-on-3, turns on around, tries to get the shot to the player on the opposite side of the bridge. Not gonna happen yet as Formal stuffs John with the shot up close. Scump pops up. There's one, gets the second as well. Scump gets the kills in his favor and gets it done.
Great stuff from Scumpy right there. I can't wait to watch this again in the round-ending kill cam. He pops up, he takes on the player near the bomb. I think that was JCap who was focused on taking down Formal and just absolutely guns the second player. Take another look at this. Doesn't even get first shot, but still is able to win that against Slasher.
Gets it done. Don't worry. There's nothing crazy happening in the lobby. I think we're just showing the replay. The replay is getting pulled there from the back end. So we are good. Don't worry. Nothing too crazy happening. Normal round win there. Scump gets the 2-piece there to close things out. John did strike first blood in that first round, but Karma had that swift kill onto Apathy to trade things back out. And now on the offensive side of things is OpTic Gaming.
Well, Formal might not find much. Does spot one over near the top balcony. I don't think Apathy's going to peek again, so I assume the rest of the action is going to go down here at the B bomb site. Slasher does get first blood into Karma. It's going to be Scump to follow it up. Does get the trade kill. He's got the HCXD available as he's looking for the kill over near the B bomb site. On top of a trophy, he's going to get challenged. Crim looking over him. Looks like he should be able to get this bomb down as he's working his way towards the dart.
3-on-2. Scump plants this bomb, now just 50 points away from this dart. He'll wind up calling his HC. Oh, and there's another round-ending kill cam for Scump as he drives the HC right into Apathy. We'll take a look at it again from his perspective. You like this decision from him to just call it in to ensure the round victory?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, he's working towards a better score streak in the dart. Just drive around, try to find whatever information you can. You definitely don't want to give Apathy a chance to clutch the round. So just seal the deal, play it safe. Rather play it safe than sorry. Now he's 50 points away from the dart.
Scump sitting at 4-0. Great start for him in this Game 5. And again, it looks like this time around, OpTic Gaming will send 3 players towards A. John still has a sniper in play. Formal checking back and
what?
Oh my gosh!
What?
Pinpoint accuracy onto Apathy to strike first blood, and Almost got it again, but JCap gets the shots in with the M8 to even out the numbers.
Anytime Formal has a sniper in his hand, it's an important kill to make whenever you're able to shut him down. So Scump, it was OpTic Gaming. They kind of did a bit of a blind counter. They sent 3 players towards that A bomb site. Now coming around the flank, it's going to be Crimsix, but it's looking like Envy might have second thoughts. And Crim, he does get caught out of position. A quick scope or a no scope there from John now gives him a VMP to work with. Now OpTic Gaming, they're going to start rotating over towards the other bomb site. Does maybe Envy do a double rotation and back up towards A again?
Did Karma get spotted inside the red hut? I think he was worried he did, so he just dipped right on out. He'll charge towards the bridge.
Oh.
John gets 1 kill. The flank comes in from Scump. He's only able to connect with 1. 50 points away from the lightning strike. How does he like to play this one? He will just rotate back towards this B bridge. He's got 2 players across. These are tough shots to hit with a VMP. Thankfully, he did just pick up an M8, goes ahead and challenges, gets the kill. Earns himself the lightning, and he sees the player.
Do it.
It's planted for the other side, though.
Yeah, John is going to peek, and he wins the gunfight against Scump, the 1v1. John comes out on top. Scump was gifted with that M8 on the ground and some solid shots to open things up. For a second there, I thought he was going to do it.
That was close right there for John. Look at how red he gets. Thankfully able to finish out that kill. No perk 1 from him, electing to go with perk 2 and perk 3 grade. Gets Envy now on the board, still down though by 1 round.
I think Scump did earn himself the lightning strike, yeah. So OpTic Gaming, they still have some toys to play with. The dart as well as the lightning strike. Maybe they'll play round 1 here. They still have a lot of rounds to play. Formal though, he's been getting work done with this sniper rifle. Let's start off with him in round number 4.
Didn't see the player rotating all the way towards that outer B, or the outer A bridge area, sorry. Apathy could potentially get the drop on Crimsix. He's just around the corner. He does just that, gets first blood, but Scump's there to trade the kill on out. And now, how will Envy react to this? They still have 3 players by B. It does look like JCap's going to rotate back towards his spawn, but OpTic Gaming are looking to play mind games with Envy, and they're rotating it right back to B.
So the reason they're rotating it back is because Karma is watching the flank, and he hasn't seen anybody push through from Team EnVyUs. So they're just assuming that Envy are going to rotate over because they have no more presence over at the A bomb site.
Yep.
And fortunately for OpTic, everybody from Envy, they're playing together, which I think is the right call to make. They're even going to ping the lightning strike just to be safe. They ping it. He doesn't call it in. They're like, well, guys, nobody's at B. I'm going to go ahead and plant it.
Yeah, they're just going to rush this plant right away with 35 seconds left. They'll get the objective down. Formal still watching middle map. He'll get punished by John, though, for giving away his position. The bomb is down. Got to be up to Karma and Scump to hold off this 3-man Envy push.
Karma does find 1, but he's unable to get the kill. Scump does have kinetic armor here, but it's a 1v3.
Oh, jeez.
Chance to make it happen. There are 2 players on the other side of the waterfall. He's going to be able to find 1. Takes down Slasher. Still an opportunity for him to pop kinetic armor, but he's going to get double teamed by the EnVyUs lineup. John and JCap both firing shots at him. They'll get the defuse, and with that, they'll tie the game.
If this goes all the way to round 11
again,
and it stays in the current pace it's at, Scump would be near 24 kills.
Jeez.
Don't know if that's going to happen, but hey, Scump, if there's any man that can do it, it's him. 2-2 after Envy close out that round. Let's take a look at how JCap made it happen.
So he just drops down into the water along with John as Slasher fell. They're there for the trade kill. Scumpy maybe with an opportunity to use that kinetic armor, but glad that he saved it for these future rounds. He knew that he was in a tough situation. Maybe Kinetic could have bailed him out. Maybe he could just have been team shot like what just happened. Now, John, curious to see what he does here. He's got the HCSD, he has Heat Wave, and he's going to go ahead and put the sniper away, and I think Formal's going to keep his out, so we'll see if he's able to make anything happen for it. I'll start with Formal just to see if he can get an early pick.
I mean, John putting away the sniper gives me full intention that you expect him to try to use this Heat Wave to win this round. We'll go ahead, call on the HC, use it as a tool to open up this B-bomb site. Rotate it towards middle, use that inner wall run. Should clear this one right away. This should be an insta-plant, but somehow the shots come in to take that down with ease. Still a 4-on-4. HC doesn't really get too much for his team. Psychosis gets popped.
Nice.
JCap does get the first blood on the Crimsix.
And that's like a near-perfect use of Psychosis. Use it as bait. The dart does get called in.
Oh my god, Scump.
He does spot JCap a little bit, but Karma does respond, takes down Apathy. The dart gets taken out in the end, so the bomb gets planted by JCap. It's a 3-on-2 man advantage to Envy.
Wait, what just happened with the dart? Did Crim shoot the dart of Scump?
He might have, I'm not sure if JCap, after he planted the bomb, just shot the tail end of it. But big kills to make for JCap. He's able to die.
Formal team kills.
Formal team kills. Now it's a 1v2.
1v2, Formal spots one. He's got another player just next to him. It's not going to happen. So instead of it being a 2v2 scenario, Formal accidentally team kills Scump as they body stack, and that's another one-on-one engagement for John that he wins. Here's a look at it from his perspective. An awkward round, and HC gets to use a Psychosis, but then the dart is in from Scump. He flies it right over the bomb, and it looks like Crim shoots it as JCap finishes the plant. They try to push in. There's a team kill. frustrating round for OG as they are now down. Even with Scump at 9-2, and there's just a lightning strike left, they haven't been able to do too much with the streaks.
I was talking up Krim going into this final map, but he's struggling a little bit at 1-4. Still many rounds to play, so he has a chance to turn things around. Scump did also use his ping on the lightning strike, so you won't have that going into these future rounds. They will spot Apathy here a bit out of position. With the team shots, they're able to take him out for first blood.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of an awkward scenario for Apathy. Looked like he tried to make a play through the water. Not able to get much done. Another dart flying session from John. Will hit the player directly on the wall run, and I don't think he actually got the kill there. So Flak Jacket saving Crimsix in that scenario. As players will rotate towards the backside of the map, it's a 4v2 now as Karma strikes another kill.
Slasher catches Formal out of position, does finish that kill, so it's down to a 2v1 now as JCap falls. It's going to be Slasher going up against Crimsix and Scump, who has kinetic armor.
You'd expect Scump to win this, even if it comes down to a 1v1, especially with kinetic. Slasher does get the kill into Crimsix from range. Scump knows where he's at now.
I think he just does a lot.
20 seconds remaining. We'll see how he elects to play this one. If Slasher hops on it right away, this could work out perfectly in his favor. Hasn't hopped on it as of yet, and now with the timing, you expect Scump to definitely be able to peek this. He's just hoping he hops to that red window to instantly defuse. Not going to happen. Scump pre-fires. Gets the kill after some sloppy shots. Scump with every single round-ending kill so far for OpTic Gaming. Tied back up at 3-3.
And Scump knew that since he was going for the lap, there is a case where if Slasher does go for the ninja defuse, it would be pretty close as he turned the corner. So that's why he just pre-fired where the bomb was planted. Smart play from Scump, recognizing the situation. Plus, if Slasher decided to double back, he had kinetic armor to fall back on.
Going into round 7, Scump is already at 10-2. He's got more kills than his entire, or even amount of kills than the rest of his team combined. On the other side of things, Apathy struggling a little bit at 1-6. John has elected to go back to the sniper. Do you agree with this decision?
Yeah, he had success with it. You know, just change it up, throw some different things at OpTic, try to catch him a little bit off guard. Doesn't find any information over to the middle of the map, but once again, it looks like OpTic Gaming, they're going to go back to one of their earlier setups. This time they have 2 mid, 1 over near the water at B. They're going to use the HCXD here to scout around.
Trying to see what they can potentially spot. 1 player inside the water.
Detonated above him.
JCap does get the kill onto Karma, but Scump answers back with the lightning strike. Apathy tags up 1 player near middle map, does clear out Crimsix. Number advantage over to Envy. Just like that, though, Scump picks up another kill. Scump now 12-2, going for the ace and potentially more streaks if he can win this round.
Geez, Scump is just going off right now. 12-2, but he's in a tough situation.
And I don't think they saw him. This could be the best play he's made so far this game.
They just need to commit to a
did
bomb
Slasher
site.
see him?
Yeah.
No, he did. Oh my gosh, Scump narrowly stays alive. He's got kinetic to work with as well. That could be his saving grace. He's picked up an M8 as well. He's going to wind up attacking from the water, it looks like. No, he'll just rotate all the way back to his side of the map.
But enough time has expired that Envy, you know, if they're thinking correctly, they know that this is an option.
Oh my god,
as soon as he turns
got
around,
timing.
he's going to turn around. Scump wins the first gunfight. 30 seconds remaining on the bomb. He has the HCXD along with kinetic armor still to use.
Kinetic, if he flies in from this mid-wall run with kinetic armor, he wins this round. But Slasher, he's running away. He's running away from Scump with only 20 seconds left. Oh, I think Envy are going to win this round now. Scump, you got to go back towards the bomb, man. You got to go back towards the bomb.
Wait.
Nope.
Nah.
Envy win this round.
Yep. Not enough time. Nice try once again from Scump. Another round where he came so close to clutching up, but Slasher, he knows the angle of the bomb. As long as he holds this like C domination alley, he can get a clear line of sight. But Scump, he stays alive, keeps his progression towards some more streaks. But right now, it seems like he's the only player keeping OpTic in this game.
Yeah, that's safe to say. At 13-2.
Sheesh.
No one's even close to him in the lobby right now with the kills he's gotten. Now OpTic Gaming back at around disadvantage. When do they elect to use this kinetic armor? Looks like Formal swap back over to the M8. He's also very close to that active camo. OpTic Gaming will surge towards B, but there's a 3-man stack from Envy. This could wind up paying dividends for Envy as they strike first blood onto Karma.
Scump dives into the water. He preemptively pops his kinetic, and just like that, they find 2 kills. Scump takes out Anthony, but he doesn't check his corner. He gets 1 kill regardless, but Slasher with the beatdown from behind. Now in a 1v2 himself, but he has active camo to work with. Could help him out here.
He has been seen. You expect Crimsix to go for this plant right away, I would assume.
He's got to pick up the bomb. There we go.
Here comes the plant. Slasher across the map, but as you mentioned, camo could be the saving grace for Slasher in this round. And now it's time for him to try to do what Scump was attempting last round, which is break the B site in a 1-on-2.
Okay. Both players for OpTic Gaming in the water for the time being. Slasher, did he get a glimpse of that player right under the bridge? Just holding the bomb, hasn't gotten any information in time, slowly starting to tick away. He's waiting for somebody from OpTic to check the bomb, and I think they've just spotted him. As he dives into the water, he's going to check his left corner. Krim cleans up the kill, as that ties up the game once again, 4 rounds apiece.
4.
We're going into round 9.
Crim6, here's a look at it from how he got it done. Player drops in right in front of him. Doesn't get much easier than that. OpTic Gaming now going back on the defensive side of things. Did Scump did use his kinetic armor.
Yeah.
I think they still have camo on Formal, as well as
almost
Krim have
a
his
heat
specialist?
wave, close to Vision Pulse as well. John has had heat wave for a little bit now. Slasher also has camo.
Essentially
JCap closer
near
to Psychosis.
3 specialists on either side.
So we'll see how they do this. They could use camo, yes. So they're going to use camo here to enter into the B bomb site. Krim, I think as he hears the sound, he's just going to go ahead and back up, forfeit the bomb site. Sure, that'll allow Envy to get the bomb down, but it looks like Scump, he's got another dart.
Again.
He's flying it right in there.
He's got one player in front of him. Can't connect with the kill.
Nice.
Trophies being a nuisance. Still, the bomb hasn't been planted. Scump's going to continue flying this thing forward. Dodging, dodging, dodging. He's chasing the player down. Will finally get destroyed. 2 kills, though, already in favor of OpTic Gaming. Make it 3. John in the 1-on-4.
Yeah, he has heat wave, but definitely not going to use it
And
here.
there's
He gets
Scump,
caught by
16 kills and only 3 deaths. Is that more than he got in the CTF?
It might be, but he's trying to break Nelson's record right now of 18 kills to see who can get the most kills in Search and Destroy throughout Week 1. Scump having a phenomenal performance, carrying OpTic Gaming right now here in Game 5. Specialist abilities available for both teams.
Where do you want OpTic to go on offense?
Well,
what
let's see.
site?
They have camo. I think you use camo to intro to B. You got Foreman with an assault rifle. He could just hold the top of the bridge. Maybe they're thinking, okay, you know, we have the upper hand here. We have 1 round to throw away. Let's just save everything just in case we do go to a round 11.
We'll have to see how it winds up playing out. It's a 1-man B hold from Envy. It's going to be up to JCap to make some big plays over there. 2 players have found their way to middle map, and it looks like the dart has been called in again by, this time it's Crim6.
Krim has really stepped up his game, by the way. He was like 1-4 to start this game off. And
You're talking him up, and he just crashes it into a wall.
happens.
yeah, in round 10 of Game 5. It happens. I guess we'll brush that one up.
Not a good situation for it to happen in, but, I mean, we've seen players have trouble piloting that dart. Karma just waiting
Who's that
time
all the way outside that A bridge?
On OpTic, it's going to be Formal.
Okay, he's trying to be a sneaky player around the backside of the map. The HC trying to open up that B-bomb site. Formal should get a drop on a player here. John with the sniper gets caught with his pants down. Scump near middle map. Did he see the player top red room? He's going to try to chase down whoever could potentially be in here. They get 2 kills at B, so they think let's just get to the B-bomb site. JCap gets 1. Scump chases the kill down. Can he get it on the cab?
He's got to stay alive. If he dies, that might be the hopes for EnVyUs in this game. He pops up, he gets taken out. It's all down to Slasher. He gets one. He gets the second kill as well. That drops the bomb. The 1v3 about to happen for Slasher, but Krim, as he picks up the bomb, he's going to immediately go for a plant.
Oh my God.
And he's got the lightning strike ping to use.
All right, Slasher, can you get it done to force the round 11? It's a 1-on-1. He's got the lightning to ping. Do you do it? Oh my God. He's going to run right. He sees him. He sees Slasher. This should be an easy kill. Oh! Crimson gets the shot. Oh my gosh. I almost just fainted. I almost just fainted. In the end, it is Crim6 finishing it out. Slasher almost turned and burned him. Thankfully, though, Krim does get that final burst down range. What a performance from the King. 16-4. Scump gets it done for OpTic Gaming in a very, very close series. What a pleasure to be a part of. What, the game 2 went to round 11, the game 5 goes to round 10.
How happy are you that you finally casted an OpTic Gaming win?
Hey, I casted plenty of OpTic Gaming wins last stage. You guys just like to bring up the negatives. Either way, though, this Envy squad, I will say,
they look good.
Apathy struggled, but it is more than safe to say this Envy team is a force to be reckoned with. Yes, they lost to OpTic Gaming, but as I mentioned earlier, OpTic Gaming now 57-5 in series, whether it's LAN, online, or in the league. Ridiculous.
Yeah, impressive stuff from both Scumpy as well as Crim6. Krim started off that game. I think it was 1v4, and you heard me calling him out a little bit. I was like, I was talking about, I was like, Crim6 lives for these moments. He lives for these game 5s going into the late rounds, and he steps up big time. I think he finishes with around 10 kills, him and Scump combining for 26. We got the after-action report for you guys. And
look at this,
you go. Scump 16-4 with 3 plants, even a defuse. Krim 10-6 with 2 plants.
16-4. I think Scump had 3 kills in the game too, and with 3 plants this time around, gets it done a little bit more, and that is going to do it for what I potentially think is our matchup of the night. Definitely one of our best matches of the week. Revan, it's been a pleasure casting. We've got more matches to go tonight, but first, the guys in the analyst desk to share their thoughts.
Wow, what a game 5. At one point I looked at it, Scump, I think Courage says he's on pace for like 24 kills early when he had 8. Everyone else in the game had like 1 to 3. The fact he was, I think, 16-4 when it was tied 4-4. You and I are looking at each other like, is he going to break 20? Which I still, to this day, I think Crim6 is the highest. Speaking of Crim,
what is going on?
Well, that same round, he flew a dart into the wall, and then those shots, he clutched up, but those shots a little bit shaky.
And then we don't know what happened. Which round was it when Scump is flying his dart and he just soars right by everybody on the opposing team, and I think it's Crim that
flew
shoots
over
it out
Cap,
of,
and then I think Crim might have shot. I'm not 100% sure he shot it, but it was a very weird round. We have just some highlights we can look at from this game, as there were a lot of big play moments throughout the course of this one, but just insane stuff. It was the Scump show, man, just going big time after time. How many 2 pieces did you see him have? How many final kill cams? That's formal, snapping on one backside of the box, but the full streaks he was able to get early. Look, he had a lightning going into round 3.
Yeah, it's rather quick. Right there, it's crazy. Even Formal gets a burst in that second guy, and see Slasher coming around the back there, picking up 1 kill, not able to win the round. There was Scump cleaning that one up in the A side, but man, that one round was just a few rounds of this one was just really bizarre.
If you're thinking we're favoring Scump by him being the feature of a lot of these highlights, no, that's not the case. It's just he had 50% of the kills on the map. This is what it felt like.
Really, well, I don't understand why I guess I understand why Slasher backed all the way out, but I don't think you have to go all the way.
4, A killed him with the 5th.
I don't think Slasher needs to go all the way over towards A. If he just plays at the back of Cave and just makes sure the guy doesn't plant the bomb over at B. If you kill 2 at B, you know the bomb should be being brought over there. I think your odds are better to stay over at B at that point.
But an insane series for sure. Coming up next, we're going to take a quick break, but it's going to be FaZe going up against Complexity. This should be one of the great matches of the night as well. Big rivalry. Stay tuned.